get into your physical. It's time to talk some piss and more. We gonna talk about it all. DVD, CD, UHD, VHS, books, Blu-ray. Who knows, maybe you'll even see the laser disc today. So let's get physical. We wanna talk some physical media. Movies and TV, music and more. Come check out what we have in store. This is the Media House Stream. It's time for some physical media on FanZcene.
I know it was like really popular because it like won some Oscars and whatever, but
Jimmy does that.
It's got the Mighty Ducks guy. Got that guy.
No! Yes, but no! He's not the Mighty Ducks guy! It's Emilio Estevez! Who's the brand?
You can never have enough physical media.
That is always the truth. No claps tonight because Tom is not here. He's on vacation, guys. So for anybody's wondering where Tom's going to be, he's on vacation, and he's a much deserved vacation.
hey, Tom's not here. Yay! I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, you go watch it back, and you're going to get
We'll miss you, buddy. We hope you're enjoying your vacation. You fucking deserve it, dude.
So, fortunately or unfortunately, however everybody in the audience in the chat sees it, I am stuck here tonight with Runner and Rook. So,
yeah.
How are you guys doing this evening, night, or whatever time it may be? Oh God, help us all. How you guys doing?
Doing excellent. It's hot as balls, though, but not a good way. It's like all humid over here at the West Coast. Like, what the hell, man?
Never been hot and good.
It's usually hot. When it's hot, there's like clear air hot, and then there's humid, ugly hot. It's muggy. Ugh.
I know what you mean.
Two different hots. One you just sweat for no reason. Another one you sweat because it's hot, but it's like fresh hot. Like nice. That's good hot. There's a difference, a comfortable difference.
I hate the heat. I cannot wait till fall. I've had fall fever. We were under a massive 96 degree humid days, and this week has been like 75, 76. Humidity's gone. I'm like got fall fever. Bad.
I'll take heat over cold any day.
I'm not a fan of heat. I'm not a fan of the summer at all.
Yeah, I'm a cold boy too for the most part. I do like heat to separate it.
I'm more of a heat guy than a cold guy for sure.
Give me a nice gray sky, make it about 70 degrees year round.
That's good.
Perfect.
No, I agree. There's that
no humidity.
There's always that sweet spot. You know what I mean?
I said 85 degrees, a good breeze, sunshine. It rains at night. There you go.
Yeah.
Get rid of the 85, make it 70. Rains at night, gray sky.
I'll raise you. Just call it 80. Split it even down the middle there. There we go. I think we'll be good.
I don't mind 80-degree weather, but maybe I'm only saying this because I used to run, hence the name.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I don't do it as much because I drink shit like this and I get stoned more now. So.
For some reason, they're going to say you get constipated or something.
Anyways, let's say hi to the chat. We got Danny Hooley out there. Hi, Danny. Glad to see you in the chat. Ace Hanlon, Ola. Yes, you'll be seeing the goods tonight. Probably not as good as the goods as Tom likes to share with us because I've had a bit of a spell where I haven't been able to buy a lot lately. So I'm digging deep into my archives. So we'll see about that. And plus I'm with Runner, who will have probably good picks. Then Rookie, who does have Jack Shed as always. So we'll see how it goes.
Favorite.
Hail to you, Tim Hayes. Glad to see you out there in the chat as well. Hail to you, Brian Barth. Glad to see you out there. Let's see who else we got in the chat. Corley Rogue. Hi to you. Glad to see you. Evening, Tyrell's 72. Live long and prosper, as always, my good friend. Yes, and I already said Brian Barth. If anybody missed it, Tom is on vacation. He's on vacay. So he won't be here this week and probably next week. I know. But if you can put up with just us, we're cool. We're cool.
Well, I have a question. I think everybody would want to know. Do you think that Tom on his vacations watches movies, or spends that time specifically away from movies.
Well, he said he was going to do some
Hmm.
golfing and stuff like that. So I would think he's going to probably enjoy himself. Maybe not watch some movies off the bat. So
I mean, if he's going golfing, he's pretty much going into Happy Gilmore world at that point.
Maybe. What's up, Dragonzilla? Hello to you. Glad to see you out in the chat as well. Anthony Draven. What's up, my good friend? Hell to you. What's up, Void King? Yeah, 100 degrees over in Washington. That's where you're at.
Yeah, it's my neck of the woods. Yeah, it's been 90s and over 100. I think today and yesterday were finally cooled down a little bit to good old 86 degrees ish. But yeah.
Yes. Welcome, Trevor Maurer, who is, yes, in Australia. It's their near winter season down there because of the way we're opposites. So
their winter's like what? Their winter's a good 80 degrees, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's still nothing. It's like, but it probably feels pretty good, actually. So,
yeah, it's probably comfortable.
It's been slowly cooling down here in Chicago.
I cannot wait for the fall. I'm a fall guy. So, hey, that's a TV show and a movie. Beer and stoner crap. Not good, Runner. Not good. Nope. See?
Hey.
Smoke. I don't drink. Well, I do drink a beer every once in a while, but I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't do the weed. I don't do none of that.
Don't do it too much. You got to find a balance, like get the experience, and you got to work it out yourself.
I feel like FanZcene will be like, he'll turn like 85 one day and we'll be like, now I'll try. He'll have an epiphany of like, I don't care if I have a beer or something one day.
I have beer. I drink beer. I just said that, but I'll drink like one, maybe 2 beers a month. That's it.
When you're 85, you'll open up a 6-pack and be like, "That's my one beer, my one 6-pack beer."
Yeah, I don't do the weed either. I don't do the weed.
You don't do the weed.
I'm a
the
nerd.
weed.
I'm a nerd through and through. My drug of choice has always been physical media.
Hey, and that's good. But here's the thing: if you're like me and Rook, where you create things like films, which I have done.
You don't need alcohol and weed to make films.
No, I'm not saying that. It's a choice. It's a choice that artists make. You understand what I mean? Like it's a choice that they make because
it's just an excuse to do it. It's all it is.
No, listen, brother.
I can create things too by being perfectly clear in my mind,
brother,
without having drugs or alcohol or anything.
Listen, I'm gonna be so real. I'm not trying to advocate for any of this shit if you people choose not to do it. So don't think that this is that type of advice. But I'll just say this:
you were born what, in the 2000s? So come on, man.
Yes, I was.
So I'm not taking any advice from you. Sorry.
Okay, this could apply to anybody fucking born before then, but anytime I've written a screenplay, right, and I'm working on another draft, or I'm working on a certain scene, sometimes when you just have a day where you get stoned and shit, sometimes you'll relax, you'll think about your scene, and you're like a tree and your mind is growing branches and shit.
See, okay, I gotta agree with FanZcene on this one. Just having done the edibles before, and I know it's not the same as smoking weed, but
no, it's not.
I just rather have clear head, not weed head. I don't know.
But no. Here's my thing though. A clear head is fine, but I'm just saying if you want to come up with more ideas, more layers to what you're working with.
Yeah, let's record ourselves where we're high and we'll go listen back to all our ideals. How's that ever worked?
It could.
Anyways, we're a physical media show, not the drug show. Let's get on.
That doesn't work.
I would say,
you should do some videos testing that and make it make an ultimate video that proves that it gives ideas or not. Good ideas.
I'm sure he did do drugs. I'm sure he did. But I think David Lynch had the best thing: coffee and cigarettes, and I don't smoke. That was his, like, coffee and cigarettes, and he was an artist. That made him feel like an artist. I mean, but anyways, let's get into this. What's up, Rick Johnson? Glad to see you out in the chat.
But David Lynch is a whole other fucking creature, though. Let's be
exactly.
real.
And he was creative without getting that way. I want to get drunk into karaoke.
Well, that's fine. Everyone's different.
Eyes on right.
I'm not high.
Anyways, let's get into it.
I was last night, and I watched a movie while I was stoned, and I'll talk
Let's
about
get into it. Oh, I'm stuck with children. I can't believe I'm
yeah.
saying this. I can't believe I'm siding with Rook on this one. So
what against me?
Yes.
You know what? I don't care. I can take both of you out.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Especially anyways, Rook. let's get to the what are we doing? The upcoming physical media releases. There isn't many of them this week. There really isn't many of them this week. I think we covered most of them last week, but looks like there's going to be The Descent is coming in 4K. Not sure who's releasing that just yet. I think there was some. Yeah, I think Lionsgate is, but I know somebody was trying to say it was something different at one point or whatever.
No, somebody was trying to say Shout.
But yeah, somebody was trying to say Shout, but it's Lionsgate.
That was a misunderstanding or just misreport.
Did we get the Quick and the Dead 4K steelbook?
I mean, I already have the.
I know you did, but I don't know if anybody wants it. There's a Quick and the Dead 30th anniversary 4K steelbook coming on October 7th.
Yeah, so if you want that. Sony's been doing that a lot lately. They've been re-releasing. They've been re-releasing their previous releases on steelbook.
Yeah, it looks like Jacob's Ladder is getting a 4K steelbook in the UK, though. In the UK, October 13th. Trying to look. I don't think there was a whole lot. You know. I'm looking. I think we talked most about everything. I know
Arrow's going to be released, or
Arrow's is tomorrow.
Yeah. So. Or is it no Friday though, right?
Or Friday. Dang, I keep thinking tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, that's my fault. I keep thinking tomorrow's Friday.
Thursday.
Tomorrow's Thursday. Rick, I know you came in late. But Tom is on vacation.
They might leak tomorrow though, because that does happen.
I'm gonna be straight honest with you guys. As I've talked to some people within the industry there, they absolutely hate those people that, like, the disc people that announce movies before
I bet they do.
Cannot stand them people. You know, because they try to make these surprise announcements and stuff, and a lot of time they get leaked before they can even announce them. So
I could see that being annoying,
and so they get very annoyed with them. And yes, the Mask 4K is coming from Arrow, which I think we talked about that last week because they did a whole big thing. They never said it was a mask, but everybody knew it was a mask for the little video they made, just like they did with the Ninja Turtles.
It's definitely the mask.
Yeah, it's definitely the mask is coming. I really think that's about it. I'm looking here. I'm looking. I don't because most of these I think we covered already. You know what I mean? We covered all last week, I believe. Yeah, I think that's really about it. I do want to see. Let's see if I can find this again. Where's it at? Yeah, I think that's about it, guys, for the upcoming releases, because I think we pretty much covered them all. We got the what do you call them? The Criterion last week. We got all the other stuff that came out with and everything last week. So it looks like that's all the upcoming announcements. Did we mention the Peanuts thing? Maybe I didn't get to that one. Did we mention that one?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know if we ever mentioned that last time, but coming for the 75th anniversary of the Peanuts is the Ultimate TV Special Collection on Blu-ray, is now available pre-order. It's all the TV collections. It's a big Blu-ray set. We may have mentioned that. I don't know if we did. If we didn't, we may have mentioned that. I don't know. But I do want to say that like it looks like there's going to be another release of the Crocodile Dundee encore cut, which we've talked about here on there, and everything is going to the UK this time. So I strongly say do not support this release. Please do not support this release because it's looking more and more like we will not get the actual fully uncut movie in the US or anywhere else. I know I saw one of these disc people announce it earlier that it's looking like it will not get a US release, uncut version. So it looks like all the 4K versions will more than likely be the censored versions of Crocodile Dundee. So please do not support that release. We have to, if you want physical media to continue to be the best option outside of streaming where movies aren't censored or edited or anything like that and meant to be seen the way they're supposed to be seen outside of the theater, don't support this release. So that's what I have to say about that. And yes, thank you, Dragzilla. I knew I was searching for that. So yes, The Curse of Frankenstein is getting a 4K release from Warner Archive, and I know that will be a very limited release. So that's probably already sold out. Because then and then the eBay scalpers, don't even get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. Yeah. Corleone Rogue, I know you don't. You live in the UK. You won't buy it. I would not buy it. We still don't quite know because I know I don't do digitally. I don't. Tom said it did get upgraded here in the US digitally to 4K, but that doesn't necessarily mean we will get the 4K version or that we all know here in the US because it's looking like it's just going to be the censored version that gets released all around, and I will not do that. What's the 2021 Dundee trilogy cut? I don't think so. I think it's the newest version that they just recently did, probably about a year ago. I think they worked on it and now it's coming out. So I don't think the 2021 version is cut. All the Blu-rays, yes. All the original Blu-rays, all the original DVDs, all the original VHSs, all the original Laserdisc are all the original cuts of the film. The new 4K encore cut, if it says encore cut, will be the edited version. Don't buy it. Yes, I will be sticking with my Crocodile Dundee Blu-ray. Hogan has gone woke. That's what I've heard as well. And he did approve. He himself did approve this. So take that as you will. With that being said, let's get into the show tonight. So we'll go with you, Runner, first, since Rookie, God knows what Rookie, Anyways, go on, Runner. Give us your first pick of the night.
All right, my first pick. I watched this one last night for the first time. I believe Greg has seen it, but I doubt Rookie has. It is The Last Dragon.
Oh, yes. Bruce Leroy.
I
love this movie. I love that movie.
It's a fun fucking movie.
It is, man. It is.
It's so
show enough. Kiss
the
Converse. Kiss the Converse, baby. I love it. Go ahead, explain it. This is great movie,
Bruce
by the way.
Leroy.
Yes, Bruce. Yes, Vanity is smoking hot. Makes you rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a great one. It's a great one.
Yeah, no, she is super good looking in this. Fucking, it's a fun movie. It feels like a love letter to a lot of those martial arts films. So if you're like a fan of those, it's a really good. Bro, stop nudging me.
Oh, Rookie.
Stop trying so hard to be me, Rook.
What would we do without you?
What?
No, it's your thing was echoing.
Oh.
And my voice was coming through your feed.
Okay, well, I shall mute then when I'm not talking.
Well, no, I mean, have you seen this or heard of it, Rook?
I've heard of The Last Dragon. It's one of those movies I'll get around to. I do want to see a lot of these martial arts ones. I saw 2 years ago. I saw quite a few Jackie Chan ones and one or two Bruce Lee ones or something. So I'll get to this one at some point. It's one of those ones on my list.
This is not like a Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan movie.
Said The Last Dragon. Well, I don't know. It's on my list because I don't know. It's one of these things. Well, it's on my list somewhere, I swear. Or maybe maybe similar in movie, different name. I don't know.
Enter the Dragon does play in the movie theater though.
Yeah, Into the Dragon.
So what's this about?
Well, this is about a guy. His first name is Leroy. Therefore, he calls himself Bruce Leroy because
he's a big fan of Bruce Lee.
He's a fan of Bruce Lee, and he's a martial artist. He gets trained by this one dude who he thinks is the master. I don't want to kind of get into that.
Is this like a parody sort of movie or spoof?
No, it's not a spoof, but it is a comedy action.
It's not a spoof. No, it's not a spoof. It's just kind of like it's like an inspiration, but it takes itself seriously compared to. Yeah.
Yes, it's like a blaxploitation Bruce Lee film.
I didn't think of it like that, but yeah,
yes. It's an homage to those films mixed with the 80s. Like Soul Train is mixed in with it.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's African American, by the way, Rook, if you're wondering.
That makes sense.
But what is it? So this one guy, the villain in the movie, his name is Shonuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Shonuff.
That's not you gotta say like Shonuff. Yeah, you can't just go Shonuff. Like Shonuff.
We're white.
Well, I'm
assuming that's how they say it though. So like why why make it sound bland?
Well, they do say it, but like I'm not gonna have the energy to say it like that all the fucking time, Rook. That's the problem.
What does Shonuff do?
Who is the master? Who is the master?
So like he's always like, oh, like he's the master, nobody can defeat him, that kind of thing.
What is it? Something of Harlem? What's he called? The Shogun of Harlem.
The Shogun of Harlem, yes.
Yeah.
But there's a big fight where obviously the good guy wins, and it's kind of cool. It's pretty fun. All that stuff.
Do they make like the noises? A lot of them do like, whoa.
Yes.
Bruce Leroy.
I figured.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have those in there. But what is it? Bruce Leroy's brother wants to get it on with the chick. Yeah, Vanity. Yeah, that character.
He wants to hit that.
Because, all right. Yeah, so because there's a
I like how you say it like that when his brother's like a 12-year-old boy.
I don't know the context of anything, okay?
No,
I don't know the context of anything going on. So
no, but that's very much like what he wants to do. Let's be real. Which is kind of weird because it's like, oh, like because he wants to enter in this contest that happens, Like that's like a
Let me help explain this a little bit to Rook. Bruce Leroy, all right, they're in Harlem. He idolizes Bruce Lee. He trains to be a master in the martial arts and everything. They live in Harlem in New York. They're the Shogun of Harlem. There's a bad guy. He's going around, picking on people. Bruce Leroy saves Vanity's life, who's like she's like this hostess on like a Soul Train. Do you know what Soul Train is?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a Soul Train dance show type show. And so he saves her life, and his little brother was trying to get on the show to win a contest to be on there. And then he saves her life so they didn't get to be on there. And then the whole thing when like the bad guy shows up, he takes the girl, they have a fight. There's your movie. So
okay, I got you.
Runner, continue. Whatever you want to say about it.
Well, I don't know.
Thank you, Fancy.
Well, I completely lost my thought, but yeah, pretty much that's basically the base of the story. I don't want to give away like too much because I want like Rook to enjoy it because I think this would be like up in his alley if you like that.
Yeah, I think the way FanZcene ran that through is sells it itself kind of.
No, for sure.
I like that sounds fun.
Yeah, no, it's a fun movie. It's a great fun movie. Great soundtrack to it. Great fight scenes.
So both of those characters, Bruce Leroy and Shonuff, they have this thing called the glow. As
the glow.
Colleen Rogue says.
Who's the master?
I am.
It's a fun movie. It's
It's pretty fun.
What year was it?
Oh God.
In
Um,
80, I want to say 85, maybe.
is
me
it
see.
85? Was it that?
Yes, 1985. I was right. Booyah!
Oh, I thought it was like after that.
Nope, 1985.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking one of my college friends actually really loves this movie. It's like one of his favorites.
It's a good movie. It's really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Very
is really
fun.
fun. All right, who's next? Rook?
Or I think
I
FanZcene,
guess
he's got more. He's got another pick than I do.
Mm,
Oh yeah, Black Dynamite.
I might have seen Black
Oh,
Dynamite, but I might be confusing that with a different
I need to
movie.
see-
Honestly, I don't
I need
know.
to see Black Dynamite.
like that. What's up, Clark the Shark? Glad to see you with me. It was this night. All right. Well, I guess I'll go since Rook is being the last person out. I'll start with one I'm pretty sure I brought on before. This is a rewatch, but I just got to bug up my butt to rewatch this. I think it's been over a year. I'm pretty sure it's been, well, maybe even 2 years since I brought this. Possibly 2 years. Anyways, I wanted to watch The Explorers, starring River Phoenix, Ethan Hawke, directed by Joe Dante. So, yeah. I don't know if any of you have ever seen The Explorers.
Is it like
besides-
a Dora Avengers?
God, no.
The Explorers.
I have that. I have that slipcover version.
Yeah,
that you got.
was like, yeah.
Wasn't that Joe Dante's first?
No, this came after Gremlins.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
I thought it was before.
No, this came after Gremlins.
Um,
Matter of fact, 1985 as well. Another good year.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
figured?
Go figure.
I remember the movie being pretty good.
It's a good movie.
It's a
And
good
it's-
movie.
It's all the good movie, even for the fact that even Joe Dante has come out and said that movie is not finished. It's not even a finished movie.
Oh.
Because he did not get to do what he wanted to do. I can't remember. Oh, I was watching special features. Not this time around, but I watched them the last time I watched it. I don't remember if they ran out of money or something, but he never got to finish the movie the way he intended to. So what we have is actually an unfinished movie, but it's actually a very popular movie amongst people, especially in my age range, if you've ever seen it. So essentially, Rook, this is another movie similar to like Goonies or Monster Squad or something in the vein of that. It's about these three kids. Ethan Hawke, you know who Ethan Hawke is, right?
Yeah, he's that one guy that's in stuff that
Oh
you know.
no. Oh no, dude.
Uh,
You know who River Phoenix is, right?
I highly doubt that.
I mean,
no.
I know. I
Oh,
know.
no.
I'm sure if I saw Ethan Hawke, I know his face. It's one of those names that I would get confused with maybe like Christian Bale or Tom Cruise or something. It's like, oh, Ethan Hawke.
No,
But I could pick him out. I could pick him out of the
no.
bunch. You know, oh, that's Ethan Hawke. Gotcha.
Oh no.
That guy.
Oh no. Oh no.
No.
You're
Well,
so like out of the rocker with that one. Like he's more of like a, some people mistake him with Kevin Bacon sometimes.
do you
Okay.
know who Maya Hawke is? Doubt that.
Yes.
Maya Hawke.
You know who Maya Hawke is.
I doubt it. But anyways, Ethan Hawke
no.
he was married to Uma Thurman. Their daughter's Maya Hawke. She's on Stranger
You know who
Things.
Uma Thurman is,
So-
right?
Yeah, she's on one chick.
Anyways, let me get back to the movie because we'll be here all night because Rook is legitimately a Rook.
Yeah, which is sad because Ethan Hawke is a great fucking actor.
He is.
I know who he is, but like
I
I
believe
can't
this
put
is
a
his first
name to
movie.
the face,
This is
you know.
his
But
first
I know who
I
he
think
is.
I think
That's
it
fine.
was this movie. And did you know that Ethan Hawke at the time was like jealous of River Phoenix?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that story. Maybe you do.
I don't know if you can see. That's Ethan Hawke, but that's him when he was like 12. So,
Yeah. So
anyways, this
yeah,
movie.
he's been in a lot better movies. Like when he got older, though. I'm gonna be real.
Oh yeah, this was like his first movie, but this movie
Yeah,
is
this
like
is his
means
first movie.
this
Yeah.
movie means a lot, like I said, to people of my generation, much like the Goonies and Monster Squad. This movie goes right in hand with them. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Salute Pokeries.
Rook, have you seen the Dead Poets Society?
No.
What?
I can guarantee you he
Fuck.
hasn't, man.
Ethan Hawke is one of those kids in the Dead Poets Society.
Have you seen Training Day?
Yes, Training Day.
No,
Denzel Washington. Have you seen The Black Phone?
no.
Have you seen
No,
Before
I know who Ethan
Sunrise?
Hawke is, but like if I see his face, I'll be like, "That's Ethan Hawke." Gotcha.
Okay,
Like,
anyways,
I
let me
know.
explain this
Yeah,
movie. We've gone
that's fine.
far too
He works-
long about who
He
Ethan
works
Hawke
with
is.
Richard Linklater a lot.
Okay, let me explain this movie. Okay, this movie is about three kids. Ethan Hawke is the main kid. He's having this dream about something weird, like circuits and everything. And his best friend is played by River Phoenix, who's this really smart kid. His name is Wolfgang. He keeps telling him about this dream and sending him pictures of the circuits. So he's working on it, figure out what this is. And they have this other kid who's like the sort of the cool kid who like helps him get out of a fight and everything. And they discover that this thing he's been dreaming about, Ethan Hawke's dream, is this it's like this like sphere, like a floating sphere, and then they can get inside of this and fly around, right? And so they build this like little makeshift ship that they can put inside the sphere because they can make the sphere as big as they want, and they're not sure where this is coming from, but they go flying around the town and everything. Ethan Hawke's character is really big into like sci-fi movies, like the old like B-movie drive-in movie sci-fis and stuff. Turns out he's getting dreams from these aliens, and they like once they get in the sphere and everything, and it takes them up into outer space into this alien ship. Yes, and Robert Picardo, I think he plays like I want to say 3 people in this movie, if I remember correctly. But anyways, like these aliens, like like these really cool aliens, take these kids up there. They have like fun with them, and and like that's what the explorers. They get to explore outer space, and they need to come back and everything. But that's like the basis line I can give you. You really got to see this because it's got that. What do we call that? I think we call it like Spielbergian flair to it, but it's got that feel like a Goonies or Monster Squad type of movie with these kids on the bikes in the 80s. And they always live in these coolest houses, have the coolest rooms, they always get to have the coolest adventures and stuff. So like if you've never seen this is very, very good movie. I know you didn't like Gremlins, but I think you would like this one, Rook, because I know you liked Joe Dante's
Monster Squad and Goonies, yeah.
You like Monster Squad and Goonies, but you also like Joe Dante's, which we just talked about. I mean, Tom, because we got the 4K.
Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers. Yeah, Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
So So I think you would dig this movie if you like those movies. This is definitely, yes. And Dick Miller is in it, as always. I know you have no idea what we're talking about, but like Joe Dante has these certain actors that he puts in every one of his movies. Robert Picardo is one of them. Dick Miller is one of them. He has a great scene in it, by the way. Is really good. It's really good. So if you've not seen this, I do recommend it. It's just a fun movie, man. They just truly don't make movies like this. They just really don't. Yes, and yes, the Buffet, you're right, because I just watched Can't Buy Me Love. And she is really young in this movie. So like that's the girl that Ethan Hawke's character is crushing on in the movie. He's got a crush on her, thinks she's the hottest girl and everything. And they get the spaceship, so maybe he gets to impress her a little bit. So but it's a really fun, like inventive movie. And if you don't know what I told you about Joe Dante saying it's an unfinished movie, you would never guess it, because it does wrap it up pretty good. But once you know that it's an unfinished movie, so that might be a little bit of a disadvantage for you, is once you know it's an unfinished movie, you can tell by the end of the movie, because he never really got to do the ending that he wanted to do. Like he wanted to spend longer with the aliens and stuff in outer space, and he didn't get it. Yeah, he didn't get a chance to spend as much time with the aliens in outer space as he wanted to. And I think that's where a lot of like the budgetary things came into. So he kind of had
that and like time in a theater and stuff.
You had it back then in the
probably.
80s. Is very different. They weren't making like 3-4 hour movies because everybody was making superhero movies. So they had screens to fill. There's movies had to actually be a certain time and everything. And not saying that it takes a while, but there is a lot of stuff he has to get into to introduce you to these 3 kids, who they are, how they build this, the mystery that he's setting up, so that takes some time to get into the movie. And then you have them have to get into outer space. And when they're in outer space on the spaceship with the aliens, you can tell he wanted to spend so much more time there in that part of the movie, because that's when the movie gets really, really fun, especially with Robert Picardo doing the voice of the alien and everything. That's when it gets really fun, but you can tell they just did not have enough time there. So and then he had to get the kids back home. He had to wrap it up and everything. So, but no,
Do
it's
they
a
have
really
like finished stuff and like deleted scenes or something?
It has one deleted. It does have deleted scenes, yes. On this, it says deleted scenes with hospital commentary with Joe Dante. But even with the deleted scenes, it's still not the whole movie.
I got
You know what I mean? Like, because he still did not get to finish shooting the movie he wanted to shoot.
Yeah, that sounds like that'd be a interesting attempt at, like, nowadays people try to remake or do an adaptation of something. Like if they would try to somehow make a finished version of that movie, maybe to see if they could or if it would look good. Even that'd be interesting.
No, I mean everything's finished. All the special effects, all that's finished. He just wanted to shoot more. Is the thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everything is filmed. All the special effects, everything is done. He just wanted to film more in outer space on the spaceships and everything with the aliens.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like if you were to if you were to make like a finished, however much more he wanted to do, like if you were able to film that, is what I meant.
I was gonna say I can kind of relate.
I
can kind of relate to this because the final project that I shot, I wanted to do more shots, but I had to cut them out because of time. So the way that the filmmaker would look at their own movie is going to be completely different to how other people would view it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say like, yeah, I wanted to shoot more, I wanted to add more to this and that that can happen more often than you would think.
Yeah, I know. I think he wanted it to be like a 2 hour and something type movie, not like 2 hours 20 minutes, but maybe like 2 hours 5 minutes or whatever. So the movie's like an hour and 49 minutes. So is how long it is. So he he didn't have enough time. And speaking of which,
it also just depends on how long the script is too.
Yes.
That you would want it. Yeah.
If you get this version from Shout, which I know Tom's not here and he'd hate me have to praise Shout. So fuck Shit Factory. But if you get this version, it's 2 discs. One is the theatrical cut and one is the VHS home. It's not the VHS, you know what I mean? It's not VHS quality. It's Blu-ray HD quality. But when it was released onto home video, they took the scenes out of the movie. They took like 2 scenes out of the movie. So you get both versions on this. You get the theatrical version, the one that was actually shown in theaters, and then you get the one that was put on home video. And they're both widescreen HD quality, all that. Just to let you know, because like there was a scene in the theatrical movie where River Phoenix character, like they ripped the back of his pants and he has to walk home with his, the back of his pants ripped out. They cut that out for home video release. For whatever reason, I think it had something to do with bullying or something. And then like the end of the movie, there's a scene at the end of the movie that was cut out. It's a different line that the alien says at the end of the movie that they changed. So yeah, but that's that. So you get both versions there. And I think most people probably know the home video version because it wasn't that successful in theaters. So, but it grew on home video, so most people know the home video version. So I'm really glad that they do that. So, yeah.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah. Yes. So check it out. I know, like I said, I think I've brought that on the show before, but I think it was maybe 2 years ago. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Rook. But yes.
What happened?
It was weird noises coming out of there.
Oh, yes.
Sorry. But anyways, who wants to go next? Rook, you want to go?
Yes. Yes.
One of your non-existent picks that you watched.
No. I'll start with the one I have. So this one is another $5 bin one. You know, when you see an actor you recognize, I'm like, oh look, there's John Kreese, and there's.
I love that movie. I brought that on before. I have
that movie on 4K.
I figured this is like totally a your guys type of movie. Like, so I picked part of why I picked it.
It's a fun movie.
Yes.
And I was like, as I was watching it, I was like, man, that black guy's. I was like, man, that black guy's familiar. Where's he from? And it's like, and then as I'm like halfway through the movie, I'm like, this feels kind of like an Expendables from Dusk Till Dawn or something. And then I'm like, Holy crap! That's the black guy from Dust Till Dawn. That
Yes, it is.
than that too. Oh shit! Okay,
it's
is that?
Fred
I wonder if
Williamson.
that's what was that?
It's Fred Williamson, who's a badass in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen him in much, to be honest. But
By the way, for anybody listening, the movie is VFW. You got to say the
yes.
title, Rook.
Yeah, VFW. I was about to. I was surprised you guys have seen this, but I guess I'm not either. I was gonna, if you hadn't seen it, I was gonna recommend you see it because it feels like one that is just totally up your guys' alley. It's just these guys are these old veterans, and it's in this like shitty kind of town, shitty time. A lot of people are on drugs and stuff these days, and they're all meeting up for the bartender's birthday and whatever, and then this one chick, Lizard, or she's Liz, but they call her Lizard, and then steals some drugs and money from this guy and runs it in the bar, and then they get kind of dragged into this stuff and gotta kill a bunch of people out there, pretty much, and that's all the premise you really need for it for this type of thing. So it's an interesting one. It's not
a fun movie. I like it.
It's fine, but it's like not like I guess I would want it to, like from what I remember from Dusk Till Dawn, that's like a really good type of sequence in these bars. I've seen lots of bar sequence movies. This isn't one of my favorites, but it is like a good badass type of feeling with these old guys, just like, yeah, they're like, you cocksucking motherfucker, that kind of stuff.
I love how you're comparing this. I love how you're comparing this movie from Dusk Till Dawn when this is an 80s throwback movie that is more akin to John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13 and George Romero's zombie movies. That's literally what it's. Yeah, that's
I haven't seen those. I haven't seen those. So, but I could tell. I could tell that it had like a zombie vibe to it. It's like because they're like, oh, those things out there at one point. I think the back describes the people, the like druggies, as like punk mutants is what it says. But it's like they just kind of seem like just random people. They're not like nothing about them seems extra deformed other than they're just. I guess implied to be on super drugs, but
they're just like druggies, like runners. So,
but the back describes it as punk mutants. They're described as a gang of punk mutants.
I know.
So
I have this movie on 4K, man.
I do too.
Yeah, it was. See, this is at the $5 thing at Winco, and that's how I saw it. Oh, I recognize John Kreese is in it, and Don't Breathe is in it. So,
Don't Breathe.
John Kreese and Don't Breathe is in it.
Stephen Lang.
You got Stephen Lang, Martin Cove, Fred Williamson. You've got freaking George Wendt from Cheers. You got I can't even think of his name right now, but he's from The Crow. The bad guy from The Crow is in it. Oh my God, I can't even think of that guy's name. But fired up.
David Patrick Kelly.
No, not the main bad guy though. The T-Bird, who's the leader.
Yeah, that's him.
Is that his name? David Patrick Kelly. I thought you was. Yeah, my mind went on that one. I was thinking of the other guy.
I was gonna say, 'cause I'm looking up the cast right now, and I'm like, okay, that's the guy from The Crow. So it's
the guy from The Crow. Yes.
It's got credited as T-Bird. So
yes, T-Bird. Yes, I was thinking I can't even think of his name right now, but the guy with the cool voice. I've seen him in a million things. Rick, you would definitely love this movie. Rick, you would love this movie. Yeah, it's got an incredible cast for it. It's great for like these like old dudes and everything. Everything was practical effects. It was shot on 16 millimeter. That's what I love, man. It's like an old school, grainy fucking film, kicking the balls ass type movie. It's a good movie.
It's fine. The way it starts is kind of weird though. Like it's the way it starts. It's like they're like it's a very slow kind of start, and then but it's like it cuts to like the credit screen for like every 10 seconds. It like has them driving or meeting, and then all right, it cut to the credits, and like 20 minutes in, they're like, or like not 20, like 15 minutes in, they'll still like cut and show like a name or two on a black screen, and then cut back to what's like whatever they're doing. I was like
old school
weird
grindhouse
choice here, I guess.
That's how they used to do it, man. Michael Wincott is not T-Bird Cortland Rogue. Michael Wincott is the bad guy in The Crow.
Another name on here is William Sadler, if that's the name.
Yes, William Sadler. I forgot. That's Death. He's Death from Bill and Ted, and bad guy in Die Hard Part 2.
Oh yeah,
Oh shit! Okay, I didn't know that.
I remember
Oh
him.
yeah,
I remember
he's familiar too, but like I couldn't pinpoint him really where I've seen him from. But
I haven't seen any of the other diehards though, so I can't speak on that.
William
I want to
Sadler's
watch the other
death.
ones at some point, but
Yeah.
I've only seen the first.
yeah, I'd say it's fine. Again, it's this felt right up your guys' alley. So I'm like, this is one to bring on here. Not my cup of tea, but it was fine. You know, it's fine. The killing's fun. You know, there we go.
It's all practical. It's like old school movie making, man. It's just like an old school movie all around with old school actors. It's a fun movie. I've actually brought it on twice. I've brought because I've watched
wow.
it. Yeah, I've brought it on twice. So, yeah,
I remember bringing it on once.
yeah. All right, well, Rook, I can see you didn't care for it.
I mean, yeah, it's fine, but it's just like one of those ones where it's just like, I guess it's one of those like trope the movie, I guess. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's okay, it's beats and yeah, okay, I get it's fine. Like again, it's fine. It's not
a
not
trope.
horrible.
It's
It's
an
like, you know, oh,
homage.
you're old, man,
an
you're old man,
homage.
you're an old man. It's like,
It's
yeah,
an
no, I know, I
homage
get it,
to
I know,
movies of
it's
the
fine,
past.
it's fine.
It's not tropes. It's an homage to movies of the past.
Well, whatever. It's like it came off as okay, you know. And if it's referencing ones I haven't seen, then how do you expect me to take it? Like I don't know. It's fine. I said it's fine.
Anyways, Runner, what do you got for us? What's your next pick?
Okay, my
night?
next pick. I only saw one of these movies in this double feature pack. It's a DVD. I was stoned last night, and I was like, you know what? What would
Gee,
be a
no
what would be a
surprise there.
what would be a perfect movie to watch when you're stoned?
Yay!
Do I
Say
need
it
to
out,
say?
Yay!
say it
Do I
out
need to
loud.
say anymore? Mortal
Mortal
Kombat!
Kombat.
Dun 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 dun.
Now
I want.
you shall die. That's the second one. Still.
Anyways, go on.
Yeah,
Now
no,
let's talk Mortal Kombat
no,
100 times.
that's the shitty sequel that I hope not to talk about.
I'll bring it on then.
Fuck off. The first one though is a fun movie. I like it. I saw it around the time when I was getting into Mortal Kombat, which was like 6th to 7th grade, I would say. That's when I was like really getting into Mortal Kombat, and it was like my favorite thing ever. It kind of is to a point. It's like the one franchise, if you want to call it that, that I'm well versed in. Um, and when I discovered that they made a movie out of this, I was like, huh, I wonder what that would turn out to be like, because I thought it would be like complete and utter shit. But then I saw the first one and I'm like, you know, other than the fact that there's not blood, guts, and gore in it, this movie's kind of fun. It kind of like understood the point of what Mortal Kombat's supposed to be and all that sort of stuff. The follow-up is complete and utter bullshit. That like broke my heart when I saw it. It was
I mean,
so sad.
I feel like it. I don't know if I'd say it understands what Mortal Kombat is supposed to be because, like, it could have been gorier, like for
No,
because
no,
that
but
is like a key
they
part of Mortal Kombat, you know.
no, but I think the reason why they cut that stuff out is just so, you know, to give it that PG-13 rating. That way more people can see it
Well, yeah,
and they
but
can make.
also its tournament structure is kind of weird. It's not really a
No, but
clear
that's what.
cut tournament.
No, but the whole tournament thing. That's what Mortal Kombat is.
Well, I
Like
know
you.
that's I'm saying it's a weird tournament the way that it's not set and like this is an easy way to follow a tournament. Tournaments are easy to understand. This didn't really make sense for tournament style.
Well, it's not like your traditional fucking tournament. Like, because like in the games too, it's like you'll have you'll have people fight against certain people, but then on the sides you'll have people fighting just out of nowhere, which happens in this movie too. Like that's very common.
Well, it's like, for example, they have Sonya fights Kano in like the ring, like with everybody watching.
Yes, which
Same like Art and Goro and stuff, and then like with Liu Kang's the main guy, right? And he's
he's
he
the
fights
main protagonist.
Katana like on a private beach where only Shang Tsung's watching, and it's like then Johnny's fighting Scorpion in the forest with nobody watching either, and it's kind of like,
No,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Random
so
fights will just happen.
okay. I'm just saying, if you don't know that that's like just something that it's just kind of weird, and then you say it's a tournament, it's like, all right, and then you can challenge some people, but you can't. I don't know. It's just a little odd. And it's structuring on that could have been a little better or something. Like, yeah, you're here
Well,
on the island, but fights can happen anytime. Something right there. And it counts.
If you're gonna argue about the structure, I kind of understand what you're saying. Because I'll say this, after rewatching the movie, I'll say this, and especially with like the new ones and all that they're making, I've kind of thought about it a lot more recently, and I'm like, because Hollywood is now doing more video game adaptations, like they're moving on to that, like the superhero stuff might kind of die down a little bit the way things are, and they might just go to video games now. And I think so far the best way that they've figured out how to do it is by TV shows. And I think Mortal Kombat might be better if it
Well, Mortal
was.
Kombat has had a TV show.
Yeah, it's got
I've
it's
seen
had
the
a
TV show.
it's had a couple of series and stuff, but those are like very like low budget and all that. I'm talking like,
Oh yeah.
I would love to see like a proper adaptation that had like if it had the same kind of scale as like the Lord of the Rings films.
Oh,
I
that'd be
think that
insane. Yeah.
that'd be I would love that, man. Like that would be amazing, because here's the thing. One of the other problems with doing an adaptation of this is there's so many damn characters that
That's true.
you would need a TV show, because there are so many great characters in Mortal Kombat that you could explore and all that. And there's these different factions, you know what I mean? Like you have
Yeah.
the Shirai Ryu, you have the Lin Kuei, you have Black Dragon, Special Forces, fucking Edenians, you have the White Lotus, not the show, but like that's you know that's
Yeah,
where
you got the gods, you got whatever, all
Elder
that stuff.
Gods, yeah.
Yeah.
You have fucking the Zaterrans, that's Reptile. That's
You got
his
Quan
race.
Chi and all his ilk and whatever, Shang Tsung and his ilk,
Yeah, exactly. Well, Shang
Shao
Tsung,
Kahn and all that.
yeah, Shao Kahn, like, and they're doing Shao Kahn in the sequel to the new one. So,
Hmm.
and I'm cautiously optimistic about the sequel. There's things
Yeah.
I'm kind of like scratching my head on. There's some things I'm like, you know what? There's some things where I'm like, you know what? I have a little more hope for this one.
Well, that's kind of how the first one of the remake was. There's like a lot of good and a lot of bad in the remake. I
I
think there's
fucking
like
hate it.
a lot of cool stuff, and then a
I
lot of really
hated the
dumb stuff.
remake, man. I hated the remake. It was
I
so
liked
bad.
it.
I was so
I thought it was like one of those 50-50 ones where if you had a better protagonist, maybe it would have been better to like cut the main guy out, and then it would have been
yeah,
a way better film.
like the Cole Young character like shouldn't even exist. That's the
He was
main.
the biggest plot armor in the movie. Literally.
Oh yeah,
had plot armor.
everyone no.
But I like.
Oh, he was so bland.
No, everyone
he
agrees.
was.
Everyone agrees with that, because like, and I was saying this, like, for your first Mortal Kombat movie, like your protagonist should either be Scorpion or Liu Kang.
So
Though,
Johnny
like,
Cage is one a lot of people feel could have been, or even Kano in a way, at least as far as this movie
Well-
went. He's kind of funny. He's kind of fun.
Kano, Kano does not work for a protagonist. He works better as a side character. Johnny Cage, they're already gonna make him the protagonist for the new one, which I
Yeah.
think is which is a smart move because the director of the first movie who directed the sequel as well, he doubled down on the Cole Young character saying like, oh, like he's like they wanted him to be like the most important character, but because of all the backlash, they kind of like changed some things and you know, I'll say this, I'm very mixed still on Carl Urban as Johnny Cage.
Well,
I think
it'll
that's
probably be the closest we get to having Lord of the Rings quality in Mortal Kombat. So, might as well
yeah,
take what we can get, I guess.
yeah, but like my thing is if I were making the movies, I would take I would have made certain decisions that I think would probably work better, but also try to take my time into like really making it work because like they even said Warner Brothers under the New Line banner, which that's where they're making these movies from. It's like I think the producers were like, oh, they want to do like an when the first movie came out, they wanted to do like an MCU cinematic universe type thing with Mortal Kombat, and it's like you could do that for sure, but it's I don't
Well,
know,
it's like
like you could
they could just make like a movie and then have another movie and another movie if they do well. Like
because here's the thing, like
that'd be nice.
you could do spin-offs for certain like characters and certain like factions that I think would be really cool. Like you can even like have certain directors direct specific movies. Like you can have like a Guy Ritchie direct a Black Dragon movie, which I think would be great. Or like I don't know, like Antoine Fuqua could do a Special Forces. Like I could see that, you know, like you could do stuff like that with Mortal Kombat, but it's like and my whole thing is like the biggest problem with that first movie for the new one was there's no tournament and you're calling it Mortal Kombat. That's fucking bullshit.
Well, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of stuff that happens outside of the tournament.
Well, here's the thing. You can do that after the tournament is over. You introduce it with the tournament, which
Well,
they're
it's like,
saying,
well, I
which
mean, I don't know because
I
if you
think
have a tournament right away, you have to start your characters in the tournament. Not, I don't know. I feel like leading up to a tournament, I think is fine. Like
no. So,
getting
so here's the thing. When the
establishing
tournament,
characters first, and then a tournament.
because they did it well in like in the more recent games, not like the recent, because like some of the more recent stories like have some issues with them or has a lot of issues because they kind of delved into the whole multiverse thing along with like it's not just Marvel and DC that's been doing it, like fucking Mortal Kombat's been doing it too. So it's very eh, you know, but um because with the reboot Mortal Kombat 9, they did it very well where it like rebooted itself where it starts with the tournament and once the tournament is over, you explore the outside world where it's not the tournament, but it's like the aftermath of what is going on in these other worlds and stuff that you explore and all that. But there's still a lot of fighting going on, even though there is no tournament. Like you could do that like later within I just think like when you're naming something Mortal Kombat and it's not really what Mortal Kombat is kind of like I'm just I'm just trying to think of it when you're like a normie and you're trying to introduce this to a normie who doesn't know what it is. You should have the tournament be in there somewhere for anybody new to like understand what Mortal Kombat is because it's
I feel like if they have a fight to the death, that it captures it. Essentially, it doesn't need to be a tournament specifically.
no, but like I mean I don't know, man. Like, cause there are like rules to this type of shit. You know what I mean?
Well, because depending how you tell it, you could do a couple of movies before a tournament if you wanted to.
I guess, but then it's like, I don't know.
Okay. Any final thoughts on your Mortal Kombat movie you actually watched before we move
Well,
on?
on the one
Okay,
that he
yes.
watched, those are
Well,
$500 sunglasses, asshole.
yeah.
Some fun little stuff.
This is the part where you fall. Uh,
Ooh.
no, I'll say this, like, there's a lot after rewatching this, it's like, I'm like, this is the kind of Mortal Kombat movie I probably would make. I love the practical sets. I think all that stuff is like amazing, and that's why I'm interested for like a 4K release down the line. But at the same time, I think a lot of the CG effects in it that's the part I'm, more questionable about when it comes to like a 4K release, because some of it's really bad, some of it's, all right, I guess.
Like all the Scorpion special effects, that's for sure.
Yeah, but even like the reptile shit is
Oh
not.
yeah, the reptile. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because
Uh,
when I'm gonna be
yeah.
real,
Goro looked pretty good though. He looked all right.
The Liu Kang reptile fight where he like changes into the human reptile form, like that was great. Especially like
Yeah.
also like the score in this movie is so good. It's like actually like it's like perfect.
Bam, 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 bam. Yeah.
Well,
Pretty fun.
not the theme, like I mean like the score. You know what a score is, right,
I know
Rook?
what.
Like
Yeah, but I don't know what one you're specifically talking about that comes
no,
to mind. So
I, I
I'm just
I'm not talking about anything specific. I'm just for the whole fucking movie, the score of the entire fucking movie. It's like
all right.
the style of it kind of works. Like there's like a little bit of, you could say there's a little bit of like John Carpenter because Ed Boon took some inspiration from Big Trouble in Little China and Enter the Dragon when making the Mortal Kombat games, stuff like that. So, and you get some of those vibes like even in this movie, which because I've heard people say like, man, I wish John Carpenter directed a Mortal Kombat movie, and I'm like, yeah, he kind of did, with Big Trouble, but yeah,
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, like some of the casting I really like, some of the casting is like,
Like Bridget
okay.
Nielsen as Sonya.
Yeah, I mean, I think she looks great in the part. I don't Her acting wise, not so much. If that makes sense. Like, and hot take, I don't love Christopher Lambert that much as Raiden. That's like a very hot take that I have, and that's only because like I don't know, the way I think of Raiden is just he's a lot more of a serious, wise character, whereas the way he kind of portrays it is almost too
Kind of
much.
comedic relief.
Yeah, but that's not Raiden. He's not a comedic dude.
No, I mean I get you, but I mean I enjoyed his acting at least. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna dap you.
See, but that's not Raiden
He's,
though.
he's a little funny goofball. Like I liked
Like
him.
I'll say this, like the way he like the way they introduce the character is pretty good. I like the way that they like introduce him and all that sort of stuff. Like sometimes the way he would talk is fine, but then when you get to the more like comedic stuff, like you said, it's just kind of like, oh man, that would have been great. Cameron Diaz is Sonya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
Oh,
you'd agree. I don't know if you'd agree.
that would
But
have been
I
great.
preferred this Raiden to the one in the sequel where he's like really boring and not
Well,
intimidating or cool. He's just like,
well,
hello, gang. We're
I mean,
gonna Get those
Was it-
bad guys, huh?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
ugh.
what's his name? James Remar.
Yeah, good
Mhm.
actor and all, but
Yeah, he's a great,
you
he's
know.
a really good actor, and I think he'd make a fine Raiden. It's just the script was shit. The whole movie was terrible. That's the problem with him being in it as Raiden is just
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like part of how you act it too. And I mean, he didn't
yeah,
really try
like
anything. He just kind of
yeah.
blandly said lines. So
Well, yeah, because
the chick who said "You shall die," she put that in there herself. Like the
well,
way she did it, the line was "You shall die." You could say it however you want, but she put that flair in. He just was like, "Hey, I'm Raiden. What's up? Let's go, gang." I don't know. And the other Raiden was like, I'm going to be a little sneaky in my dialogue and be funny, like that. I don't know. I feel like you can do stuff even if the dialogue's shit
I mean,
sometimes.
I'll be real though. Like, I have not been satisfied, I have not been completely satisfied with one depiction of Raiden in live action movies or anything. Because even the new Raiden, I think, is not that great. Like,
Yeah,
I hate the way he talks. Not that it's the actor's fault or anything, but I just think like they could have gotten somebody much better. Because like, especially like when I watched the trailer for the second movie where he tries to like recruit Johnny Cage and stuff, he's just like Johnny Cage, and I'm like, that's not how he should fucking talk. Like, what the fuck? So it's just fucking weird. But like I thought the guy they that played Liu Kang in this movie was great. Like he's like it's kind of how I would imagine the character Johnny Cage. I think is really good. Um, what else? I kind of wish that they went with the chains for scorpions. Like get over here, not the weird like reptile CGI shit. That was kind of like bizarre. I think they should have gone with like, the actual metal chains that come out of his hands and not cuz the thing that like comes out of his hand, it's like no, that's not what's supposed to happen. It started off as like a rope with like a what do you call it? One of those like daggers or whatever.
Mhm.
That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a rope, and in the more recent games they made it like a metal chain. That's what it should be.
I couldn't tell you.
Well,
What
I'm telling you, that's what it should be. Because
was
the way
funny
they
is Sean Connery was offered the role of Raiden. McLeod had played him instead of Ramirez. I did not know that actually.
um I could see Sean
you
Connery.
were the chosen one.
I You know what? I would be
Mortal
I would be
Kombat.
you know what? I'd be okay with that because Sean Connery, like he has a seriousness to him. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I guess, but he'd probably sound pretty funny.
All
Yeah,
right.
but like, I think like you need somebody like that for Raiden, because like the way he like if you hear like the way Raiden's depicted in like the games, it's like he actually sounds like a god. He's this serious, wise person who wants to do good. He can't interfere with the rules and stuff unless he has to, because eventually he does fight like Shao Kahn and stuff because they what's the word, and Shang Tsung does it in the movie where he like breaks the rules and all that sort of stuff, and they try to just override the system within the laws of Mortal Kombat, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Well, I'm going to read this super chat real quick from Clark the Shark for $4.99. Thank you, Clark the Shark. It says, this is a sponsored message of the Physical Media Show. Don't forget to get your official FanZcene Vids merch at TeePublic today. B movies and boovies. Yes, that's my number one selling shirt. And if you guys want to go ahead and, get you some stuff from my TeePublic, you're more than welcome. There's the link right there. I have some cool designs. Uh, but thank you, Clark the Shark. I appreciate that. And just for that, I will give you what do I want to give you? Something funny. We'll go Nick Cage. Nick Cage.
You know what? I wouldn't mind to see Nick Cage play Raiden. I think that'd be interesting. I feel like, yeah, I feel like his kind of energy would kind of do the part well, especially like because we never really got the Raiden like flying scene where he's doing the da 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 and all that shit like in the games. I think Nick Cage would fucking nail that with a fucking T, dude.
All right, let's go on. I'll go to me, I guess, and unless you have any final words there, Runner.
Flawless victory.
There you go. I'm going to bring
I
on
win.
a graphic novel book from DC Comics for
Mm.
you guys. So I have The Blackest Night, Green Lantern, Blackest Night. Oh, and the ring. So
Oh, there we go.
just things. Go ahead.
I think I have like some of the I think I have all the issues for that one, I think.
I actually have all these separate issues as well.
I have the separate issues. I don't have the.
But I also have the collected edition here. So
That's cool.
yeah, I want to just we do talk about how physical media is more than just movies, and I'd been sort of still sort of into my DC comic thing here, and I'm slowly possibly working my way to the Green Lantern movie. I just have not been wanting the urge to see it.
Are you? Is this your preparation for Lanterns?
No, I haven't even really thought about it. I've just always really, really enjoyed this graphic novel. So we'll see. Like we said, we'll see. I don't want to sidetrack into another thing. I want to talk about this, and then we'll get to the, other stuff.
I was gonna say, I was like, are we gonna do some DC talk now?
We'll do this. We'll talk on this, but for anybody who doesn't know what this is about, Blackest Night, and if the whole thing with like the Green Lantern's oath is in brightest day and blackest night, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was
no evil shall escape my sight.
No evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evils might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. This was the blackest night. What did that mean in the Green Lantern world? What is the blackest night? This is the blackest night. So essentially there's this like dark entity out at the edge of space, right? That starts sending out these black rings. And this, the character of Black Hand, who was like a low level Green Lantern villain, he basically like they retconned his origin a little bit to where like he was a mortician and he was like pretty screwed up in the head. And so he made a costume out of a body bag, right? And so that was his like retcon origin, and in this he becomes the first Black Lantern because in order to be a Black Lantern you have to be dead. So he kills himself. He gets a black ring. I should say I got to be careful on YouTube. I can't say that too much on YouTube. So
Minecraft himself,
yeah, he wipes himself out, and he gets the black ring, and he becomes the first Black Lantern. And the Black Lanterns are like zombies, right? So like
yeah.
And this is not just the Green Lantern Corps. I mean, at the heart, it's a story from the Green Lantern Corps, but it's like the entire DC universe is involved in it. So you get Superman, Wonder Woman, all them. Batman at this point had supposedly been dead. Darkseid had killed him, but he wasn't really dead. He was actually lost in time somewhere. So Batman isn't really a part of this, but what they assume is his skull is a part of this because the Black Hand carries around Bruce Wayne's skull in his hand the whole comic. But so in order to be a Black Lantern for this, whatever this dark entity is that's sending out these black rings, you have to be dead. So a lot of like DC characters that had died through the years, not just like over the recent events when this happened, like through years and back, are resurrected as Black Lanterns. So like you get like characters from way back that like the Martian Manhunter had died at one point. Aquaman had died at one point. They come back. I'm trying to think it's like some of the other characters here as I was going through it and I was reading it. Yeah, Hawkman, who had been dead for a long time, I think. One of the versions of him gets to come back. The guy that stretches, I can't even think of his name.
Plastic Man?
Yes, Plastic Man had been dead and he gets brought back as a Black Lantern. So like all these characters get brought back as like Black Lanterns and stuff. And so like the Green Lantern Corps has to rally along with the Flash. Like the main characters of the story are Barry Allen and Hal Jordan. They're like the main two characters of the thing because here, I'll show you this real quick. Because they had recently died. They had died years and years ago, actually, like many, many years ago. And they had recently just been brought back. So they had just been brought back to life after like Barry Allen had been gone since the 80s. And Wally West had replaced him as the Flash for years. So most people know Wally West as the Flash. And then Hal Jordan in the 90s, I believe he died after they did the whole Superman stuff. So like they had been brought back, so like they're leading this charge of like getting everybody together, and they're like, this is where you also get the multiple Green Lantern Corps. Like you have Sinestro, who has the yellow ring, right?
Power of Fear.
Yeah, it's the power of fear. And then you also get Avarice, who has the red ring, the power of rage. That's rage.
You mean Atrocitus?
Atrocitus. Sorry, I don't know why I said Avarice.
I was gonna say, who the fuck
I'm
is
sorry,
that?
I don't know why I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry. Atrocitus.
I've never heard of that character.
Yeah, who has the red ring?
I've heard of
rage.
I know Atrocitus, but
yeah. Then you have the black rings. I have the black rings, of death. And then you have Greed. This is Greed. Lex Luthor actually becomes an Orange Lantern in this one.
Well,
at one point. So yes, and like with all the Lantern Corps, the different corps, there's only one Orange Lantern, right? Because it's Greed, and he wants it all to himself. And during this whole fight with the dead, Lex Luthor manages to fight on the good team, and he gets one of the orange rings, right? So, and then you get the blue, which is Hope. So like the Flash actually gets gets to be a Blue Lantern at one point. Then you get the Star Sapphires, which are like the girly ones and all that. And then I can never remember what this one is. I can't remember the last one. Indigo Tribe.
Indigo, yeah.
Yeah, so the Indigo.
That's supposed to be purple though, right?
No, it's sort of is.
No, it's supposed to be purple, I think.
The camera's not really picking it up the way it is. But I got all these.
It makes it look blue, but I know there is a purple.
The reason I have all these and I have the Green Lantern is because like when they were selling these comic books, as I was buying them from the comic shop, this was like, I don't know, like 10 years ago, maybe. You would get a ring for the store. They were giving out the rings. Oh, and I even have the White Lantern ring, which is what it all boils down to in the end. So, so basically all these guys have to team up. Superman, Wonder Woman, all of them. They're all teaming up to fight this horde of dead superheroes. That are like, and it's bringing up things from the past and everything. And then, like I said, like Lex Luthor gets to be an Orange Lantern at one time. The Flash gets to be a Blue Lantern. I can't remember. Somebody else gets to be a Yellow Lantern. I can't remember who it is. I was just reading at it and looking at it myself earlier. Where was it?
I don't know if it's definitely not in that story, probably, but I know Batman was a Yellow Lantern for a bit.
Yeah, I know, but Batman's not in this one.
Yeah, I know.
Scarecrow. Scarecrow gets to be. Here you guys go.
Oh, Fear. Oh, that makes sense.
For Fear, because it's Fear.
Of course.
I don't know if you guys can make that out.
Yeah, I can see that.
But, yeah. So you got. Trying to hold this right. The Flash is a Blue Lantern. Mara.
Rage.
Rage. Lex Luthor's. Orange Lantern, Hal Jordan's Green Lantern, Scarecrow's Fear, Yellow Lantern, and then that's Hal Jordan's girlfriend in the front there.
Star Sapphire?
Yes,
Carol?
Sapphire.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So she gets to be that.
I got a question. Did you ever see the Green Lantern animated series?
The CGI one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Because I saw it when it like came out, when it was on Cartoon Network.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw a shit ton of like DC shows that like came off of Cartoon Network, like Batman the Brave and the Bold was one of those.
Those were a little more kiddish, so I wasn't.
No,
really
for
into
sure.
those.
Like at the time when I saw those, it was kind of cool, but then like, but what was it? I think it was when I saw Young Justice. That was when I was like, oh, dude, this is like twice as badass. Holy shit!
Yeah,
Because it was just like it had like more of a mature tone to it. But
yeah,
but yeah, so like there were a decent amount of like DC like stuff that would
yeah.
play
Well,
in
Warner
Cartoon
Brothers owns Cartoon Network, so
Yeah, I know.
and they own DC.
Yeah, I know. And now I
Yeah.
don't know. Cartoon Network is.
Media Archive Mike Sinestro still has the Yellow Ring. He's in it. Sinestro's in it too. It's like there was a point in time at this time. It was like the Green Lantern Corps was always the Green Lantern Corps. Like it was only one core. It was green, and they always mentioned the light spectrum of what each power of each. And eventually, it all splintered into, the spectrum of light splintered, and it created other things. So Sinestro ended up creating his own Lantern Corps. So like he still has the yellow ring, but he created his own core of yellow ring holders. So they would do it and everything. So like all these Lantern Corps in this story have to come together to fight him along with all them. And then it leads to like the darkness that is coming is led by this guy called Necron, who's essentially like the devil Grim Reaper type thing, like death, right? And he even he even gets to the point in the story where it's like, is okay, so you guys are starting to beat my black lanterns, the dead. Well, you know what, Superman, you've been dead. Wonder Woman, you've been dead before. Oh, Flash, you've been dead before. Green Lantern, you've been dead before. Boom, you guys become Black Lanterns, because like he's like death, he beholds the power of death. So like he turns them into Black Lanterns, and then everybody's got to fight them, and then eventually it comes to the power that has to defeat them is the White Lanterns, the power of light, of life, actually. So, excuse me. And that's the story. I don't know. I just brought it on. I had been reading it. I'm a big fan of the Green Lantern comics and stuff. I have been for years. Like I said, I was always a DC guy. Superman was always my favorite. I always liked reading Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Booster Gold. Which if Kanajima, whatever his name is, cast as Booster Gold, that's going to piss me off, because I really do enjoy Booster Gold comic books. I have like all of his original run in comics.
I was gonna say that if they really do go with that, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to make me mad.
That's a weird
good night,
choice.
Danny Hooley. Glad to have you with us. But yeah, anyways, I know Rook doesn't know much about it. I'm surprised you knew as much as you did. So, but yeah, I was reading that, and I've always enjoyed that story. I think maybe one of the reasons I always enjoyed reading that story was like that was like one of the like last big things of comics I really purchased, because not long after that they started to fall apart real bad. They started to move into the New 52 and everything, and I was just like, yeah, that's not for me. So, and then now we see where DC and Marvel is today, and it's not in a good place. So,
but yeah, I did not grow up with the comics myself, so didn't really get into those.
I have a lot of them. I have a lot of the Green Lantern stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention Guy Gardner becomes a Red Lantern in this as well. He gets the raid. So yeah, that was pretty fun. So if you guys are in the comics, I know it's not a movie and everything, but I thought I'd do a little something different.
That's good.
A little something different, and I didn't get a chance to actually watch a whole lot. So, but I did read that, and before we move on to Rook and his last, whatever you want to call it, I do also have the Green Lantern ring from the Ryan Reynolds movie. So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's. You know what surprises me is it doesn't look too much different from the actual new James Gunn one. It really doesn't.
I don't know what that looks like.
If you look at it on Guy Gardner's hand in the movie, it kind of looks similar to this.
I mean, maybe I just haven't paid attention that much to how the rings look. I mean, I'll say this, like, despite what I thought of Superman, like, I am a little bit interested in Lanterns, just because I think that could be a cool TV show if
Could
done
be.
right. And I did
I'm worried
like,
about Tom King, but
oh yeah, and Damon Lindelof is one of the
yeah,
writers.
Damon Lindelof.
Um, but yeah, that is the only thing that worries me for sure when it comes to that. But like, Nathan Fillion was pretty good as Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah, but no, I mean, if you want, if you, that's a really, it is a really good book because it reads like a really good zombie movie. You know what I mean? I would love to see, not now. Well, it depends on who's, if they even, I don't think they do them anymore, but I would have loved to seen like a DC animated movie, universe movie of that. I would have loved to seen that, like when
yeah.
Bruce Timm was making those and everything. So I would have loved
I was gonna
would have
say,
loved to
like, I
see
feel like back in like the peak of those movies, I think would have been great. But like, I don't know. I there was a point where I just kind of wasn't keeping up with a lot of the newer stuff.
the newer ones went into wrong direction anyways,
Yeah, they
but
did.
like
No,
back
they
in the
really.
beginning it would have been
n-
great.
Yeah, no,
What's,
the beginning was great.
yeah, what's up, Six? You'll look naked without Tommy. What? Hey, we're trying our best. We're trying our best.
It's a little different,
It's a little different. I mean, I am stuck with these two.
which is okay.
This is okay. All right, let's move on. Rook, your non-existent pick. What do you got for us?
All right. Well, I had watched
I don't.
Mickey.
I don't know. Go ahead.
I had watched Mickey 17 last week on HBO, and then I bought it I bought the physical copy, but it was supposed to arrive yesterday, and it didn't, and it's going to arrive tomorrow instead. So it wasn't in time for me to physically show it in my hands. But I watched Mickey 17, that Robert Pattinson movie that came out last year, the year before.
No, it
I didn't
came out
hear
earlier this
much
year.
feedback on people talking about it. Was it this year?
Yeah, it was this year.
It's 'cause
It
nobody
got to,
liked it.
it was supposed to release last year, but they delayed it.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember specifically. I remember like little trailers here and there, but I didn't really follow up on it. And it was just on, and I was like, oh, let me see if that's good or not. And I thought it was interesting. I don't think it's like an amazing movie, but I think that he acts pretty well in it. Like by now, I've
He's
seen him.
great.
By
He's
now, I've
great.
seen him honestly. So I've seen him in like Harry Potter. I've seen him in Twilight. Seen him in the Batman. Seen him in this, and it's like he's a pretty good actor. Like,
He's
I'm
a
hoping that
really good actor.
hoping that he does a lot more stuff going forward. He's
No,
pretty good.
dude, you gotta watch Good Time. You gotta watch The Lighthouse. Yeah, like he's a really, I gotta say it, he's a fucking great actor. Like
You
he's
could say that, doesn't make it true, but you could say
no
that.
no, he fucking is, dude. Like if you see the range within the shit he's done, like Good Time, he's really fucking good in that. He's really good in The Lighthouse, which I know you've seen, Greg.
I've seen the Lighthouse. Yes.
Yeah, he's fantastic in it. I think he's great. Like depending on the material you give him, it's like I don't care how he is on the set. I don't know. I don't care how difficult he is. Really, like he's proven to himself that he's like a really decently great actor. And even though Mickey 17 it was just okay, not as great as I would like for it to be. Like Pattinson was really damn great in the role. I think he makes it somewhat watchable because I'll just say this flat out. Mark Ruffalo as the villain is fucking terrible.
Yeah, he seems
he-
extremely phoned in for what I've
he
seen of
is.
him and other things. He does
His-
not fit the role. So
his-
let me walk people
his-
through it a little bit.
his
So let me walk
Hold on,
people.
hold on,
Let me
hold on.
get people in there.
Rook, did you just admit to loving Twilight? Because that's what Six heard.
I said that I have watched Twilight and that he does a good job in it. That's
I
all
heard
that
you
I
liked
said.
it.
I have not seen
And-
Twilight.
And I also hope I look better naked in your thoughts than in real life. So,
Yeah.
anyways, go on.
But no, so Mickey 17, to try to quick run through it, I guess it's like a futuristic sort of setting, a little bit more in the future. Earth's going to shit, to put it just bluntly. A lot of people are wanting off of Earth for many different reasons. Robert Pattinson's character Mickey signs off. The Mark Ruffalo character has like lost elections. I'm assuming it's like a characteristic of Trump, but it's such a
Yes.
bizarre characteristic that it doesn't even really seem like him. Like they
Well-
try to make it him, but it's like this is just so different than him. It's vaguely Trump-esque, but
they've like the way like certain scenes play out. You can it's very like on like there's certain parts in it where it's just so on the nose, and you can tell that Mark Ruffalo like for sure like was trying to like play it that way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but it's like a really bad impression. So in a way, I didn't really feel like it was Trump. I was like, oh, he's trying to, I guess, but it's not really a good attempt. But
No, but
regardless,
I-
we'll get to that later. I'm
But that's why the character-
walking
that's why-
people through the movie, though. Okay, so
but that's why
he's leading an expedition to go into space because he's lost a couple of elections, and Mickey signs on. It's really hard to get onto this because a lot of people are wanting to leave Earth, and so he signs on to be expendable. And so they have like a 3D printing machine that takes like human waste, food waste, whatever, all these different things, and can pretty much reform a person. But it's not like you can just copy anyone. There's like a lot of tech and a lot of resource that goes into this. So it's like you can only have like one person on this vessel that's able to do this. The way that they transfer the memories, it's like when one copy dies, the memories are all transferred up to their death and transferred into the new one, and they get printed out and bloop, restart right there. So they essentially keep the same memories all the way up to their death and whatnot, and they use this as like a tool during their expedition to do more dangerous tasks so they don't lose as many people with stuff. So if there's an issue outside, send him out there in space to fix something. And they're like, oh yeah, so you are getting radiation. Okay, tell us every detail how that feels up until you die and stuff like that. So he's like an expendable rat to a lot of them. And we get to this snow planet called they call it Niflheim, I think, right? I forget if that's the name of the planet there. It's like an ice type of planet, I guess. And it's like, okay, it's on the surface. Okay, breathe in all that air, get all the viruses in so we can see if there's any like virus that kills anyone. Oh, it does. So he goes through quite a few copies. And by the time you get to 17, he almost gets killed by what you think is a creature that's going to eat him. He like passes out. And another copy of him gets reprinted, but number 17, wakes up being dragged off, and these creatures kind of shove him out. I don't know how to describe them other than like water bear, armadillo, bug, giant things that are an interesting design for like an alien creature because it's not like your typical humanoid looking thing. I like their design.
Those creatures that are like outside of that station.
Yeah, that are on the planet that they're on. They drag him out, they kick him out. Essentially, he assumes it's because he's maybe bad meat. Like he's like the 17th copy of somebody, and maybe the meat wouldn't taste good or something. But he ends up going back and realizes, oh crap, they already reprinted me. Which they do not like multiple versions of people. The people that helped create this whole thing in the first place, one of them was like a serial killer, and it's like they have huge hang-ups with people being multiplied, so they're trying to keep that on the down low for a bit. But like these like Mickey's used to being killed over and over again. He's sort of experienced death many times. And number 18 is like a little bit different than him. I forget exactly why. I think somebody tripped over a wire, or there's a couple of different reasons why number 18 is a little more different than him. But he's like trying to kill number 17, and he's like, why are you like trying to not die? Like you're used to dying. Who cares? And he's just like, when I didn't die, I kind of felt like I want to live now after all this time. And so like they both try to live for a little bit, and it's a good little story. I think I feel like it's inspired by other clone related stories that I know have existed in the past. And then there's like ones in the past where there's like an island and people are living there, but they're like used as organ harvesting or something. Like there's a lot of it reminds me of like a Twilight Zone type of setting for a story, honestly. And I think it's pretty good.
Like My honest opinion, I think it's not a terrible movie, but I think, like, it could have been a lot better than what it was. Because are
Yeah,
you
they glaze
familiar?
over lots of scientific stuff. They glaze over a lot of political stuff. They kind of really fastball a lot of things that would be like, whoa, whoa, hold up, what is that? What is that? And they
Like
glaze over a lot of stuff, and it's
yeah,
like, ugh.
a lot of that stuff is fine, it's just, like, the execution just kinda felt like, oh, like, it didn't feel as special, and it just felt a little too dry, and I think also, like, the comedic bits at times just do not work very
Oh
well.
yeah, a lot of the comedy was pretty bad.
A lot
The
of
comedic
like,
attempts were
the
pretty
comedy
horrible.
and my that's my thing, it's like, I if you're gonna make a movie like this, strip the comedy out of it, don't make it a comedy,
Yeah,
give it a more serious tone,
yeah. If it took
and
itself a little more seriously, this would have been more
and
enjoyable, I think.
yeah, because 'cause I'm like, "You know what? Here's the thing, you keep Robert Pattinson, you keep Steven Yeun, those are, like, probably the 2 best, like, actors, I'd say, in the movie, and then you recast Mark Ruffalo with somebody like Mads Mikkelsen."
Yeah, I mean anybody other than Ruffalo probably would have been better, but
Yeah, because
yeah, I mean
his
they
perform
try to make him an overly dramatic like
yeah,
loser who's like
it
self-absorbed and
it
worried
was
about his image
so
and stuff.
bad, it's so bad, I'm like, because I was trying to say it earlier, even though you kinda wanted to, like, get into the whole thing, which is
Yeah, well
totally good
now
on
you
your
can
part.
go. Go ahead. Yeah.
Um, yeah, Mark Ruffalo is fucking terrible in this, I think I've noticed of late like, of some of the more recent stuff he's been in, like and I'm being honest, I'm not saying this because of his political leanings, I could care less about an actor's political leanings or whatever, I'm just judging it based on the performance given and the material. I think Ruffalo is a better actor when he's doing more grounded shit, like Collateral and Zodiac. I think he's a better actor when given roles like that as compared to stuff
Well, yeah,
like
when he's like playing like a real person and not trying to amplify a
yes,
character or something, because
yeah,
yeah, he's not good at that.
no, he's terrible at that. He's better at playing a more grounded character that's a little more real, like Zodiac, he was pretty good in that. He was pretty good in Collateral. Like, he was much more believable in those. I'd say the first 2 Avenger movies, he was fine in as Bruce Banner and Hulk, but everything after that just got a little too goofy and,
Mhm.
the Smart Hulk thing, I think that's what really there was a turn with, like, his acting where he, like, chose these, like, weird roles that are, like, pretty comedic, but he just not the best fit for him. So and Mickey 17 is kind of in that same it goes in that same category where it's just, like, he's completely miscast, and his acting just isn't very good in it. Um,
Yeah.
so that's my main problem. I think Pattinson is great. Like, his
Patterson
act
play he plays so Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 are they're copies of themselves pretty much, but 18 is a little different than 17. 17 is a little
yes.
more of a squirmy nerd, you could kind of say, like, oh, I'm just gonna go along with this.
Well, you go
If you punched him in the face, he'd say sorry. And then 18 is more like, what are you, a little bitch? Like, let's do that. Let's take some action. Let's
yeah, they have different
let's grab our balls back, kind of a character. Uh,
they have different, like, mindsets and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, also, are you familiar with the director, Bong Joon-ho?
No idea. I think I've heard that he did like Parasite or something,
Yeah, he did Parasite.
which I've not
Um,
seen.
I have seen Parasite, actually. That's a much better movie. Um, and, that's what won Best Picture that year, which I don't know, it's a good movie, but I don't think it should have won Best Picture that year, but that's just me. Um, fucking, Memories of Murder, though, that's a
Well,
fantastic movie if you
well,
haven't heard of that.
Right, but I mean, I like what they did with this and how like the alien creatures kind of played into this. They kind of have it be where like, yeah, he's so stupid
Yeah.
as a leader that he's just like trying to kill all these things, or he thinks that they're like xenomorph esque creatures or something.
Yeah.
He thinks they're all trying to kill
You
humans, and
you know what?
they're honestly like really kind of an intelligent little species. And they do like a bluff, which is kind of funny. Like they're like, we'll make this sound that'll like blow your eyeballs out, and like it's implying your brain. But that was just like a huge bluff on their part, which was just kind of a little bit funny for it being, a non-humanoid creature coming up with this sort of thing. They have like interesting defense mechanisms for themselves, and they're not like it's the kind of thing where you'd be like, oh, it'd be cool to see like more stuff with these creatures. But I'm glad what we got with them, and that I'm fine if that's it. I don't think this is a type of movie that needs a sequel or a series or anything. It's a self-contained one, unless if they can
That-
get better,
That's
if they can
probably
get like
not
a
gonna
better
happen.
focus on the story. I mean, I think they tell the Mickey 17 perspective well. It's just like, yeah, some of the other like political, the leaders, the like there's a lot of other stuff, the sci-fi elements, a lot of those things could have been bolstered a little to make it more interesting, to make it a little more fun. That's like those are some of the main issues I think with that. And like Runner said, like the comedy attempts, if they played it more serious, there still could have been comedy if they played it more seriously and the right tone. It would have fit better, if you know what I mean. For
No, I agree
comedy
because
attempts.
like I mean I don't know because like it's so weird. It's like this movie and because I agree like because there are movies that have done that where it has a serious tone, but you can have some comedic moments that are timed just right and they're not so fucking try hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had a problem with that with this movie. I had that same problem with James Gunn's Superman. Like it's shit like that where I'm just like, okay, like just you gotta take it a little more serious than that. You know what I
Well,
mean?
like the Asian friend that like keeps on like screwing him over. It's just like, are you
The
like in a cartoon?
the Steven Yeun character?
I think so. I don't know. He
That's
seemed
that's
like a
that's
little
Glenn.
goofball.
That's Glenn from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Walking Dead, but yeah,
Oh, I figured you would for some reason, but
it's on my list for one day. But like, I have 4 episodes left of Better Call Saul, so I'm getting there with shows. But
no, that's totally fair.
Mhm.
But
like overall though, I can see why people wouldn't watch this. It's not one that I particularly recommend for everyone. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but it is an interesting one, especially if you like clone-esque stories. It's one up there that I think is worth a watch. They dive pretty well into like this guy has died many times. Essentially, he's the 17th copy of himself, and is like now really wanting to live more than ever. Like I thought that was a good aspect and element to do. And most of the people there don't really care. They treat him as like less than a person because he can get reprinted. And they do have a point where somebody else gets killed and they're pissed at him for him not dying because he's expendable. He's supposed to die. And
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know. The movie does good at that. But yeah, there's if
Look,
they could have
I
tightened some things up,
I
changed
think
it
it's
up, would have
I
been a
think it's
little
a
better.
great concept, and like when I heard about the movie, I was like really interested in it. It's so funny. Like I was more interested in Mickey 17 compared to like Sinners when that was getting announced, but I ended up liking Sinners a lot fucking more, which is also like another clone fucking movie that kind of belongs in that category where it's like two of the main actors that are playing two roles, kind of like what Pattinson is doing. Michael B. Jordan was doing in Sinners. It and like those two like came out like a month apart, which I think is fucking hilarious. Same studio as well, Warner Brothers. Um,
Oh wow.
and what's weird is like this year they've really been leaning towards these like auteur filmmakers, especially with like the new management and stuff, which I don't know, like I remember when Mickey 17 came out and it actually bombed in the box office. Like it didn't like do very well at all.
Yeah, most people
And
didn't like it.
no, it was not received as well. And what is it? Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca, they were almost fired because of that. And fuck, there was another movie that came out. I think it was Alto Nights, where Robert De Niro plays two fucking characters in a fucking
Wow.
mob movie. That also bombed. And then what was it? Minecraft came out. That saved their ass. Sinners saved their ass. F1 and I guess Superman, but I don't know.
All right. Any
Oh, and
final
Final
words?
Destination, that's another one that did well.
Any final words, and then we'll move on to Runner and me and close it down.
Nope, that's all I got.
All right, Runner, what's your final pick of the night?
Okay, my final pick is a movie that came out last year that I ended up really loving, and it actually kind of got me on the map of this particular director. I can't imagine I can't imagine Greg being a fan of this kind of movie, but it was in the Oscar races of this year, and it actually won Best Picture. Honora.
Oh, I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah. I think you'd like the TNA in it. There's a lot of that in it.
Yeah.
And you guys know who this is, right?
Yeah, one of the worst Ghostface killers, one of the most annoying. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Don't let that, I didn't let that bullshit kind of like turn me off of this movie. I think, like I did see this in the theater, and then I like rewatched it like not that long ago, and it's like I think like with better material, it shows that like yeah, like she can really do a good job. I think the Scream movie does kind of do her a disservice, but at the same time, that movie is the reason why she got this part.
No, I know why she got the role. I know.
Yeah, she got the role because of her character in Scream. As
Yeah.
bad as that fucking movie is.
Well, we thought it was bad.
Yeah, I know.
Most people in Hollywood and people saw it didn't think it was so bad. Well, 5 is starting to get a bad reputation now. But
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
I think more people are waking up to, wait a minute, that was a shitty movie.
Yeah, no, that was not a good movie, but she's good in this, and it actually shows like she's a pretty good actress. She sells the part of playing this like this hooker, like lap dance person very fucking well, especially the way she talks and her body language and everything. Like that, like when I first saw the movie, when it like starts, I'm kind of like, okay, like I understand why she's like cast in this part. Like this is like the kind of role that she was just born to play. Mikey Madison, yeah, and I mean, oh yeah, she was also in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as well.
Yeah.
She's the one that gets torched by
you got
DiCaprio.
Mikey Madison, Sydney Sweeney, Margaret Qualley, Maya Hawke are all in Once Upon a Time, and they're all like outside of Maya Hawke, who hasn't really done a whole lot since Stranger Things. Those other three are like big time in Hollywood now.
Yeah.
And you got Austin Butler.
Butler, yeah.
So, like Quentin Tarantino really picked the cream of the crop for that movie.
Yeah. And what's funny is I think when Sean Baker, who wrote and directed Honora, Tarantino was the one who gave him the Oscar for Best Director. So there was kind of like a full circle moment with that, because he thanked him. He was like, hey, if you hadn't have casted Mikey Madison in Once Upon a Time, there would be no Honora and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely Tarantino did kind of start her career off along with a bunch of other people from that area. But
I just like how like they got Sydney Sweeney, what she known for, she's got great tits. And then you got Margaret Qualley, what she known for, she's got a great ass. So like,
what? Who does?
Margaret Qualley, she's got a great ass.
Yeah. Have you seen The Substance?
I've been wanting to see The Substance. I've been meaning to pick that up for
Yeah.
a while.
She's got a nice ass and tits. For
It
sure.
is,
But you get to see hers in this a lot.
I'll be honest, I
A
don't really
lot.
find her attractive.
Really?
No, I don't. I don't find her attractive.
I disagree. I think after watching this movie, I found her quite attractive.
It depends. Look, like yes, I like movies where there's TNA, but it depends on how I actually feel about the person.
No, but like no, like this is like
Yeah, I've kind of figured out because you see Margaret Qualley now, and her boobs aren't that big, so
no, that's kind of true, I guess. But no, like in this you get to see more of her like fun side, I guess, compared to like those other two roles she had in Once Upon a Time and Scream, where she doesn't give off that kind of vibe, but I found her more attractive in this compared to those two roles, if that makes sense.
it's just she's got like a Down syndrome face to me. I'm sorry, she just does. I don't mean to
Oh,
be mean about it,
that's
but
fucked.
she just doesn't.
That's
She's not very
fucked.
attractive to me. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's just
She's got
mean.
that Asian face, and it feels weird.
Asian.
White. She's white, but she looks Asian.
I think she's part Asian. Yes.
I don't know because I don't think she is.
No, I thought that's what.
I'm pretty sure she's just Jewish.
Well, regardless, she's fucking hot. I don't care what you say. Um, yeah, Ace Hanlon. There you go. There's somebody with taste.
Well, I'm not.
But
I'm just saying. And, she's just really not my cup of tea.
that's fine. But in this movie, I think it kind of proves your hypothesis wrong. That is all I'm trying to say. But in this, are you familiar with Sean Baker
No.
as a director? Okay, so he makes um what do you call it? Sex worker type films. Like
Yeah.
which
Just watch the movie Angel.
what's that?
It's it's
I've never heard of Angel.
it's a movie where this girl goes to high school by day. She's a good girl by day. She's senior, so she's 18, supposed to be 18, and then she works the streets at night.
Well, she doesn't go to high school or anything. She works at, the strip club, and she meets this young boy who says he's 21 even though he's much younger. That yeah, Florida Projects. That's a good fucking movie, dude. But fucking like shit just goes off the rails because their relationship just gets higher and higher to the point where they get married, and everything just gets so complicated because of that one kid who ends up hooking up with her.
Mhm.
And let's just say that because I've heard some people go out there saying that like this movie is trying to normalize like this type of behavior and all that, like like women should go out there and be hookers and all this type of shit. It's like, no, that's not what the film is trying to say at all. If anything, the ending of the film is trying to say, hey, without explaining in too much detail, because I think it's a good film to watch at least once. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those that's like it's an experience you should watch at least once. You'll either like it or you won't, but the ending, it's kind of, and I'll admit Sean Baker is not the greatest when it comes to endings in my opinion, but his ending for Honora, he actually kind of nailed, because it really shows like like if you go down this route, any women that go down this route, it's not a happy ending. like nothing really good comes your way. It's just kind of sad and depressing when you go down this route. Nothing really good comes your way. So that's kind of the message it brings. So, there's a lot of that in it, but
I could be honest, you haven't sold me on this movie. I
well,
know a little bit about it, but honestly, I'm just really not interested in this movie.
here's the thing. I'm glad this movie won a ton of Oscars and not Amelia Perez.
Yeah,
can
well,
at
of
least
course. We'll
can at-
agree on that.
we can at least agree on that.
Especially since it's also not only because of what it is, but it's also a Netflix movie. So I'm super happy that they
Well,
didn't.
well, that too, and
I
you
know
know,
the other reason why. I just don't want to say it on, you never know with YouTube and all that.
yeah, no, because what is it? This was actually a Neon release,
Hmm.
which, I mean, they've had their hits and misses. This is one of their better movies. They distributed it. They didn't like make it because Sean Baker, he's like a very indie guy. He's kind of like an outsider. Like his last few films were distributed by A24, but he kind of moved out of A24 because I don't know. Like because he did like Florida
They
Project.
suck too.
Huh?
Because A24 sucks.
No. Well,
Yes.
they're not. I'd say as of late, A24 has not been as great compared to then. Like that, like they're. I don't know if I mean this isn't anything new, but they're trying to do more bigger budget blockbustery type stuff now, and I think that might kind of take away from what was once pretty damn good about A24 is they did like the lower budget indie stuff, but now they're doing bigger budget stuff. It's like, oh fuck that. But I digress. Stuff like Florida Project, that's a really good one. Red Rocket, that one was actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Tangerine was all right. That was actually shot completely on an iPhone, and that was like kind of a big deal at the time, like the way it was done, and it gave it like this filmic look, and that was like a big Sundance hit and all that. And Sean Baker, he also edits his own films. Like he says that like part of his directing is also editing his own films. So like he edited Anora, Florida Project. Um I'll say this: you should at least watch Florida Project because of Willem Dafoe. Just being Willem Dafoe,
It's William Dafoe.
because Willem Dafoe is fantastic in Florida Project, like he is in like everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You should at least watch Florida Project because he's in it. Because Sean Baker, he's not the kind of guy that likes to cast big name people in his movies. He likes to cast like up and comers, but when he had the opportunity to work with Willem Dafoe, he was like, you know what, I'll do that. And you could even say like Mikey Madison kind of had some recognition like before Honora, but I think this like really like put her on the map for sure. But no, like if I didn't sell you on this, I think it's just like I don't know how else to explain it other than like it's really like it's a very real thing that could happen to somebody's life. If you know what I mean. Like it's just one of those things
Mm-hmm.
where you go down this whole road, which in one part it's pretty relevant to culture now, especially with some of these like e-thought girls and shit with their OF pages and shit.
See,
The way this movie ends is it's a sign of being like, hey, like if you go down this road of being a you know what, like that type of person, like, you know, like the outcome of your life going forward is not gonna be the best. It's not gonna be sunshine and rainbows and everything, you know?
I get you, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If I ever see this, it's going to be a while because
That's fine.
I've seen the trailers. I know a little bit about it. I don't know much. You really didn't sell it to me, so nothing has jumped out from this movie for me to watch it.
Well,
And I don't give a shit about awards. Awards mean nothing to me.
I mean, I don't. I mean, that's not the reason why
I know,
like
I know. Just saying, like from what I've seen, what I've known, I know won awards. It's like none of this impresses me.
I've
So
also
far.
Here's the thing. Here's another reason why I think you should give you. I would say this. Don't start with this one. If you're gonna get into Sean Baker, don't start into this because have you even made a video on Sean Baker? Because like he's a big
I
like
told you no. I've never seen a Sean Baker movie ever. I
no,
didn't
but
even know. I don't
he's
even
a
know who Sean
big
Baker was.
he is a big proponent of physical media.
Oh, I know that. I actually heard
He's
that.
a massive physical media person.
Most directors like that. Most directors are to begin with.
But like no, but he's like been on like some podcasts with even like some smaller channels kind of like on your level or maybe even lower. Like he'll talk to like people about physical media and you know he was even promoting this release right here and some of his other Criterion stuff that he was like partnered with and all that. So I think that alone, I feel like Sean Baker is just one of those guys where I'm like, when I discovered him, I'm like, fuck yeah, he's one of us. I that's how I kind of see him because
I can respect that. I respect that
and
very
you know
much.
and also like he's turned down so many offers from like the bigger studios because they want to work with him and he's like, no, I want to do my own shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like he's made that abundantly clear. He's like, I don't want to do some big studio picture or anything like that. I don't want to make a Marvel movie, any of that stuff. Like I want to just continue on. I want to continue on making these indie type films that and you know, he shot like his more recent stuff on film too, so you know, the 4K is worth getting for that alone.
We'll see. Like I said, if I see it's not going to be for a long time. So
That's fine. I think but honestly, like I'd start with like Florida Project first. But
We'll
I'll
see.
say this, Florida Project is like almost a perfect movie except for the ending. The ending is not the greatest. I'd say Honora kind of nailed it a little bit more. Um but yeah, I think Sean Baker's a really I find him to be a really interesting director.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go to my last pick, and we're going to close it out. Hopefully, this doesn't.
I didn't hear Rook talk very much.
Rook's gone. He's done.
No, I'm here. I just don't have much to comment on it. I never saw the movie. I don't know anything about the director. I also don't. I don't know.
I think you should. I think you should though. Like these are directors you should like follow, Rook, if you're really wanting to get into this stuff. I do a lot of these picks of recent just so like I can inform you about certain filmmakers that I feel like would be good for you to follow because you know it's guys like that you know should be like a blueprint as to like what film culture filmmaking culture is like now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go to mine. Rook probably will have a little bit to say about this, but we'll see. All right, I got a hankering to watch this, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't have as many, because I watched the first season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Just wanted to watch Buffy. I hadn't seen Buffy in years. The TV series. And the first season is only like 12 episodes. It's like 3 discs. Super easy to watch. So I haven't seen Buffy the Vampire. I know that's weird to go from Anora to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but that's what we did here. So
Hey,
yeah,
it happens.
yeah. So I watched the first season. Yes, the first season is vastly underrated. It is such a solid first season.
I got a
with
question.
Great ending.
Do you think I would like Buffy?
Oh, definitely.
I liked the movie.
This is nothing like the movie.
I know. So yeah,
So it's like I'd say it's like you probably like a lot of it. There's probably some episodes. I mean, I think for a lot of people, there's a lot of episodes that people don't like, but overall, people stick through the show, see how good it is.
I would
for sure
argue that there's a lot of episodes people do like, and it depends on your taste.
Yeah, that'll
depends on your
happen.
taste with Joss Whedon, I should say. So,
that's fair. Sure.
Yeah. This was like I was just watching this and I was just thinking about like there was a time when we like nerds like myself and everything, we were really into like Joss Whedon stuff and Kevin Smith stuff, and like these guys have fallen off big time in the present. You know what I mean? Like Joss Whedon turns out to be he's a disgusting person in real life, and Kevin Smith is this corporate sellout, and they were like some of the biggest names back in the day. But I know Tom I don't think Tom has ever even watched this because he doesn't. I don't think Tom would like this show because it plays into a lot of those vampire tropes that he doesn't like about entering. You have to be invited in and everything.
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
So that stuff has never bothered me. That's been a big vampire lore, and I have no problem with that. I think that makes perfect sense.
Well, and Buffy is one of those ones that utilizes these tropes on a constant basis, but it's in a way that keeps it interesting enough along with the other issues that they deal with per episode. So that's always like a background thing everyone knows. So it's like an element that's a part of the universe, but it's like it is kind of like a weekly different monster they got to deal with half the time with different stuff going on here and there. It's a good.
I'll explain it here. Yeah,
go ahead.
In a second. But yes, the latter seasons always falter off by the end because you could tell it's coming to the end of the show. Boba Fett. Technically, it's loosely canon to the movie.
Yeah,
it's not.
They make reference to she's had to move from a different high school and that it burnt down.
In the movie, she was actually a senior in the movie, and it was her last year of school. She's now she's a sophomore when the show starts. Not
they aged her down so they can have her in the high school for a couple years.
Longer.
Yeah.
They don't bring up Pike. They never bring up what's his name's character, Pike.
The first Watcher either.
They don't bring him up, but you're to know that he's dead. You could tell you.
Well, I know, but I'm saying they don't like specifically reference the name. That's what I'm saying.
It's sort of like this is essentially, from what I know, is when they made the movie, it's not what Joss Whedon intended. He wrote something different, and he felt like it was taken from him. Which I really love the movie, though. I really do love the movie.
The movie's fine on its own, too. That's fine.
So when he got to do the TV show, the TV show is more in line to what he wanted to do. And it's more than just vampires. Like, the whole point of, like, she's moved from her home from the first, sort of like the first movie, whatever. She's moved to this town of Sunnydale, California. And just so happens that the town is built on a hellmouth where all sorts of mannerisms of monsters come. So you get into more than just vampires. Like, yes, vampires are there. They're the constant threat each week here and there, but you also get monsters like you get a werewolf, you'll get demons, you get witches, you get all
bug creatures, you get like skinwalker things practically. You get lots of stuff.
Because like, since it's like a mouth to hell, all these creatures are drawn to it, and Buffy is there to protect this town.
And the town is an ironic name, of course, Sunnydale, where all the vampires go. Like where many vampires go. That's
yes. And I know they do have sort of a flashback to, but it's like completely different. So that's why I say it's loosely canon to the first movie. It for the most part, Joss Whedon hates the movie. Joss Whedon hated the movie. It's not what he intended, so he kept most of what it was away from this. So
the
like
whole
there's
way that the
really
Slayers work is the same as the movie, right? Like the way they
the
explain it,
story,
like being
the whole
passed down.
Slayer, like once in every generation, a Slayer is born to the world
Yeah.
to protect it. Yeah, that's all normal. That's all like what he basically kept.
Yeah.
But no, I watched the first season. I think the first season is great. It does a great job of resetting up the Buffy world and what's going on and where they're at. And because like he got tired of seeing the blonde girl in all the horror movies get chased and killed. So like his idea was like, well, the cute blonde girl that's always getting chased and killed. What if she lures the monsters into an alley and she kicks their ass? So that's what.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, because she basically
That's
is Slayer.
That's how he describes it. That's how
The
Joss Whedon describes
Slayer,
it.
the Slayer has like enhanced strength and speed, essentially. Like
Yeah,
I don't know all the abilities you'd say that she's got an enhancement of, but strength, speed, a little bit. I don't know if reflexes you want to count as something. Perception.
Yeah, so like, and and you also get introduced to the character of Angel in this, which is a great character, and he eventually gets his own show.
Yep, which is some people argue is a better show than Buffy overall. Which
I argue maybe the first 3 seasons, maybe the first 2 seasons.
Season 4 is like the worst of the
season 4 is
for
the
sure.
worst.
5 I'd say is pretty good, and it has one of the best finales.
Great. The first 2 seasons of Angel are like really good. Probably are some of the better episodes in Buffy in the first 2 seasons. But then again, that's when like Buffy was sort of starting to go on the downhill by the time Angel came along. So the TV show. The opening scene of the pilot, that is going to be different. But
yeah, there's some things. I don't know. Have you seen the whole show?
Have I seen? I grew up watching this show. I
haven't seen the whole of season 6, and I haven't seen season 7.
I've seen
over the last year and a half. I've been like going back and forth to watching the show on occasion. I think I'm like halfway through season 6.
Season
right now.
6 is arguably one of the worst seasons of the series.
Okay, thank you. I was kind of watching this like, man, following the stuff with Glory. I'm like, I mean, there's some things in this I liked, but like, man, there's like a lot of things that are weird that just don't fly right. It really.
Season 6 was also like, because like, okay, the first 5 seasons of Buffy ran on the WB network, and essentially the season 5 of Buffy was the end of Buffy. That was it. It was the series finale,
which would have been a great ending for it with how it ended.
The WB canceled the show, but the UPN network, the United Paramount Network, picked it up for seasons 6 and 7 and 8. Right? Did it go to 8 seasons? If I remember.
No, I think it ended on 7.
6 and 7. No, did it go? I've seen the show a million times. I can never remember how many seasons.
I think it's 7 seasons of Buffy, 5 seasons of Angel.
Yeah, I know it's 5 seasons of Angel. I think you're right. Yeah. Because I have all of them over there, right there. Yes. So like, it ran for like 7 seasons, and the last 2 seasons were on the UPN. I think the 7th season gets a lot better. And I know some of it does drag because it is the final season. So some of it does drag a little bit in the middle of season 7, but I think season 7 does get good. It does get good, and I think they have a pretty decent finale. So, yeah. And I know the thing here is these desperately need to be up. These DVDs are shit. I'm sorry, they are shit.
So I've heard that is that like an upgraded one? Because I heard that there was an upgraded version that was horrible.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is they did an HD remaster of these for streaming, not for DVD. And the HD remasters cropped the shit out of the show to make it widescreen.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of the visuals are more blurry than they ever were from just like the original cuts. They some of the audio is like messed up here and there.
Horrible.
I've heard.
Somebody did a great video on YouTube called I can't remember what it's like the destruction of, not destruction. I can't remember what it's called, but like they went over the whole like how horrible the up HD transfer for the streaming when it went to streaming ruined the freaking show. Because it's just horrible the way it does. I would much the DVDs, as for as bad as they are, they're still get them.
Yeah, they're better than the upgraded. Yeah,
But the problem with the DVDs is they're really dark for some reason.
right.
But they need an upgrade. They definitely need an upgrade. And I think one of the things is like with Joss Whedon, he did say like Buffy was never meant to be seen as a widescreen TV series. It was always meant to be in 4:3. And Angel was supposed to be more cinematic, and so that's why Angel was actually filmed in widescreen.
That makes a lot more sense. There's a little bit of a different tone with the Angel side of the show. I would say a little bit different. That does feel more cinematic in a way. So that's good.
I can't remember what he said it, but I think he said that Buffy was always originally supposed to be like a regular, like a tube TV 4:3.
Yeah.
Because that's the way he envisioned it as a series or whatever. And sadly Disney owns it now. So
I've heard they really want to remake it, and Sarah Michelle Gellar wants to attempt give her blessing to it. Like, oh my God, no.
It right now, rookie. They're filming
it right now.
It's like if they can Cobra Kai this, I would love the idea, but no, I don't think they'll be able to do it at all. They clearly won't.
Considering I've seen pictures where they're back in, I know you haven't got to the end of the series yet, but I've seen pictures where they're back in Sunnydale and Sunnydale High School, and there's graves for people that have died. Then they didn't watch the final season.
Oh my God, really?
If you watch the final season, there's a whole big giant thing that happens in the final season where it's fucking impossible to go back to Sunnydale and people have graves. So.
I think because I've seen the whole of Angel, I don't remember what they say. Isn't there I thought there was like a giant crater or something where everything is like it's like I don't know what happened, but some. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's so how they got to Sunnydale High School and graves for people unless they dug it all out of the ground and built it back up. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen the show, but I've always been a little hesitant on seeing it.
The first 5 seasons are incredible of the series.
Because
season 6 is not a good season. I know some people like to defend it, especially with the end, like the final episode of season 6 is a very emotional episode, and some people like to defend that. I'm like, even then, it's not great.
Well, man, I'm trying to not spoil stuff, but like when she comes back from a thing that was pretty traumatic and it lingers for quite a few episodes, I liked a lot of the character stuff that they did for Buffy at the beginning of season 6, but as far as the progression of the story and like a lot of the characters in general, I felt like they had no idea what they were doing, and it just felt like a huge drag. Like the episode should have been half their time or something to keep the substance up, because a lot of it felt like a drag. But the stuff that wasn't the drag, I thought was really good for some of the stuff. But
yeah,
I'm only halfway through season 6, so I don't know.
Yeah, season 6 is not great. But then what this show is runner essentially is Buffy. She comes to the small town of Sunnydale in California on the Hellmouths. She's there to fight. She meets her new watcher, played by I can't even remember his name, but he's Giles is her watcher. He's a school librarian. She makes friends with Willow and Xander, and then she meets this mysterious man named Angel, which I don't know how much you know about Angel. How much do you know about Angel? At all, if you know him at all.
Are you asking me?
Yes, you, Runner. Because
No,
I know you.
zero.
How much do you know him?
Angel, I don't.
You don't. Okay, so he's played by David Boreanaz, and he's this mysterious figure who turns out to be something very important in the story. Yes, Anthony Head plays Giles. Thank you, Anthony Stewart Head. Thank you. But she meets all this, and this is what the thing is. Like, I absolutely love the Buffy series, Angel series, but it did irreparable damage to TV because you're still seeing it today with like even the new Star Trek TV series, Strange Worlds and all them. They're still trying to copy the shit that happened on Buffy today because
That
it's like guys,
I've
you gotta
heard.
move on. You gotta move on because it
Yeah.
did some damage to TV because this was one of the first TV series that had like overarching stories. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just like one episode and then the next episode everything's back to reset to normal and everything. That like it had continuing story plot threads and
A lot of small things that happens in an episode that you'd think is random or not that important will come into play at some point. A lot of good setting up throughout
yes,
the whole show,
It
background
kept the story
characters,
relatable
whatever.
and everything, yes. And then they also did some goofy episodes, like which most TV series do the singing episode where everybody sings. Like that's always been a staple of TV, but Buffy did it in
Yeah.
such a grandiose like way. Like everybody tries to copy Buffy now.
They do that. The one where everyone's silent too. That one was really
Yes,
good.
and that is a
Like,
great episode. The silent episode. Oh my god, that is.
well, and they play up the seriousness and the comedy at the same time. Always really good in those types of
It is
episodes. It's
creepy.
really good
Yeah.
balance. Really well balanced.
Sometimes these episodes can get really scary, genuinely scary, and sometimes it can be very funny, and sometimes it can be very sad. Like one of the biggest like moments in the series is with Buffy's mom, which I won't spoil in case you ever do want to
Mhm.
watch it. And
They get really real with a lot of moments and character
it's played
stuff.
so real with her mom that you don't expect it because you're expecting something supernatural to happen, and it doesn't, and it's heartbreaking.
Well, even stuff that happens with a character introduced later that man, it's so weird to be vague about it because it's like man, like it's from the 90s, like
Yeah.
but it honestly, if you're ever gonna check it out though,
get into it or anything.
but if you're ever gonna check it out, it is worth not having it spoiled and getting surprised
Yes,
with
Yeah,
all
no,
these events. So
I will try to give it
It's
a
like-
shot at some point.
the character of Angel is just absolutely incredible. The character
Angel's
of
tight, and he gets his own
Spike.
show. So if you want to see more of him, you get to later.
yes, and the character of Spike is just
Spike's the man.
freaking awesome. And, and yeah. So once more with filling, their singing episode is a great episode. It's one of the best episodes, and that's actually in season 6. But it did a lot of damage as well to TV because now everybody tries to copy that instead of trying to copy all the other TV series that did singing episodes. Because like it's been a staple TV for years. The sitcoms and stuff did. Let's do an episode where everybody sings. So that's been around for like ages. But Buffy did it in such a way where like everybody tries to copy Buffy now.
They do a great job having a balance of like what human characters can do and participate with some of these things. Like even Xander's probably one of the most like mixed characters that people love or hate. I think because he's kind of the goofball guy character, but he has a lot of moments where he shines through. Or like even the show, a lot of characters in the show see that, and that's why he's even like questioned like, "Why are you here, man?" By like other more stuck up people, and like he's got his place on the team. It's one of those. He's probably one of the more relatable characters to a lot of people watching it. I would assume. I don't know, but he says a lot of what we're thinking sometimes.
A lot of people actually do not like Xander at all.
Yeah, I hear like that's why I'm hearing. I've heard so many mixed things that people hate his guts or they love him.
I never had a problem with Xander. I actually like Xander. So,
yeah.
But I was watching the first season, and Xander is a little annoying in the first season.
He is like definitely annoying. He finds his place later. I feel like Charisma Carpenter's character. Oh my god, I'm forgetting her name right now. Cordelia. Yeah, she's annoying too, but like I feel like it's necessary to build her character. Her annoyance is needed. It's like the Mean Girls type of girl that's in the story here. And
playing Buffy. Do you know this, right? She is playing Buffy from the movie because that's who Buffy was before she found out she was the Slayer.
Pretty much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No,
sure.
that's literally like I have the DVDs, man. I watched the special features. I grew up with this shit.
Well, I mean, my instinct is to say she's playing a girl, like a girly girl who's this type of character.
But Joss Whedon on this DVD from years growing up, he says Cordelia is playing Buffy. He said she is the Buffy stand-in for who Buffy was.
Yeah, her if she never got the Slayer power, essentially.
Yes. Yeah, that's what she is essentially playing in this. And then, of course, she gets character growth and everything as the movie.
Yeah,
sort of
and
goes.
then she grow, and then she, well, I like it too because Buffy and Angel, they go beyond high school, so you're not just stuck in a high school setting for the whole time. I think it's only 3 seasons, and then they gotta grow up and do adult stuff, and that's a huge part of their shift in dynamic while also battling the demons and vampires and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, season 3 did have some problems with that. Yeah. But no, I was watching that. I just wanted to watch the first season, and the first season I can watch pretty easily. The rest of the seasons, it would take a lot of my time because there's 22 episodes a season, and that's after the first season, and that would be like 6 seasons, and I just don't have time. But I've seen the show.
that's what I'm saying. I've been watching it for a year and a half now because there's a lot of episodes and time.
I've probably seen every season twice. I've probably ever seen every season twice because I've seen them all. I've seen Angel probably every season twice. See, I grew up watching them when they were brand new, and I bought the DVDs as the DVDs. I've had this. I mean, like if you could see the wear and tear on this, man. I don't know if you guys can. I've had this since like it was brand new, man. So it's what it is. I've had these DVDs for years. But yeah,
Seth Green's in this too as a character.
For a couple seasons. That's the thing. Is like one of the things that has always frustrated me about these Joss Whedon's characters is like, but it also helps with TV, I guess, in a way. Is like one of his rules is if somebody actually finds true love, their place in the universe or their place in the world or whatever, he likes to kill somebody. You typically
it's a trade-off.
It's what he does. It's what he does because he thinks it feels more real life. Like because not sometimes when good things happen, a bad thing can happen, and that's life. I guess. It's like I don't. How far into season 6 are you? Because I don't want to spoil this for you. But how far?
It's been a little bit. I think I'm at where Buffy got a job at that burger place.
That's
with
like
the meat and stuff.
Early.
I think that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, so I was gonna say something, but I'd spoil season 6 for you.
Okay. I'll let you know when I finish up.
Pertains to Willow's girlfriend. So.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay. Which is funny. Which is also funny about this is this one of the very first shows to after the whole gay thing with Ellen DeGeneres to have a gay character, in the show. And I'm glad I'd really rather them not have made Willow gay, but it's better than who they were initially. They were initially going to make Xander the gay character. I
think it was a good choice for Willow, and there's a lot of comedic stuff. There's a lot of comedic stuff with it as well that I think kind of worked, and it wasn't like in a forced way like they would do these days. It was really like a time and place and a slow build up too. It wasn't like a you are this now.
And it wasn't all like the way it is now. So
yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, we've gone on longer than I anticipated tonight. Thanks, Runner. But that's it. That's one of the reasons why I didn't watch a whole lot is because I got into the first season of Buffy, and it's really, really good. I mean, like we didn't even talk about the Master, who's the villain in the first season.
Oh, that's true.
Really
yeah.
Punch face mouth or whatever she calls him. So it was really good. He's like a really great, like basically the first season is almost like the retelling of the first movie, essentially how the movie was supposed to be told. So, as you saw it.
Well, and the show is riddled with a lot of good mix of practical and special effects of the 90s style.
Yeah.
Big time.
I think it's the football guy. But he doesn't I know he comes out and says it, but I think he kind of just fades away. So he never really, he never really comes back after a while. But yeah. But no, it was a good show. I got into the first season and everything, but appreciate it, Runner. Appreciate it, Rook. I know that we held it down tonight with everybody here, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Not over 3 hours, yay!
No, but I was wanting to go an hour and 45 minutes at the most, and we still did 2.5 hours.
Well, we did talk Buffy for like a half an hour or so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know, and you guys talked Mortal Kombat for like forever. So
I like talking about Mortal Kombat. It's a topic that I can talk about more than most fucking franchises, honestly.
but with that being said, I appreciate you guys. I do. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Thank you to everybody in chat, everybody watching YouTube and on X. As always, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
How you doing? Bitches leave.